still live there.
We changed it to this.
You need a bumper?
Yeah, I was just going to should be played.
Alright, I'm gonna get to tweeting. Go to YouTube.
Live. On the internet.
Oh, yeah. Oh, snap.
Hello,
Get on my...
hello.
Test. What's up, Dutch? Welcome to the show.
Sound? That's what I want to know.
Okay, let me get to YouTube. Whoop.
Sounds pretty good.
Sounds nice. There it is.
I had to turn down that because it was so loud.
I'm gonna like it. I'm gonna share it.
We have one person watching.
It's probably me.
But we might have. No, it's me actually. I always have it open.
Okay. Where's the...
You know why I always have it open? To see the chat.
Yeah.
It sucks that you can't
You're
have.
good at the interaction stuff.
I'm sure there's a way to see the chat in OBS, like how we use it, but I don't know. I'm not an expert. People's like, aren't you in school for that stuff? Yes, I am. Once I graduate school, though, I'll be the best goddamn audio engineer you've ever seen in your life.
Then I'm gonna do at the homies. At MILB Hatbilly.
I turned it down a little. It's
At
kind of loud.
ATG. At Seguin TCO.
I do like how we have kind of like we go live, but we're still kind of setting.
He's
up
still kind of
stuff.
working. It's the behind. It's like the Dan Patrick behind the scenes, you know. Who else we got? ATG. I got at Dutch Chattahooch.
I just said fuck it. We're going live.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's how I like it. You got to have the beforehand. The what's it? The Magic Jack just went the way of the dodo bird. Frankly, we just got to figure out the posting that. We sound good, so I can go mute.
So all the people out there in the internet world, we sound pretty good. I can't promise you that it won't.
Let us know, because
crash.
like we'll screw up sound like halfway through the show, like start playing videos, and then like, dude, your sound is out. Somebody will let us know.
Well, last week when we did it, it sounded really good at first, and then out of nowhere it was like.
Nobody knows.
So if you were listening and you heard the scratching of the voice, it wasn't our fault. What happened was there was this guy who was running the sound. His name's George, and he was across the street, and he had fell asleep. And when he fell asleep, he knocked over the, what was it? The cable? Yeah, the cable. To the sound to us. And then it went haywire to that.
This is that guy's fault.
Yeah, it's George.
George is a turd, and he's not a butter lover.
See, that's, yeah. George is.
I already got the live chat open, so I'm good, bud.
He's a nice guy normally, but the problem with George, he falls asleep too much.
He does fall asleep too much. I think it's gonna be an awesome show. We got Dutch back. You can talk cinematography, talk Rumble Championship. I'm very psyched about. ATG does some of the funnest shit. I feel like MILB Hatbilly and ATG, just the fact that we gotta brush shoulders with those dudes.
Correct.
And now,
they're
via the distances of, they're so far away, but it feels like they're just right here.
I will say this though, in terms of like baseball knowledge, out of everybody that I know and that you know and that you know, I'm definitely like in the bottom tier.
But
I'm a fan, but I don't know like numbers and shit.
But that's like the fun of it, because like if you watch enough ATG or MILB Hatbilly, like the obscurity and depth of knowledge is phenomenal. But
Bonnie's in the chat. I see. He's like, "Hey, yo, he's the bad guy."
Bonnie, legend.
Survey says.
Oh man, you
That's
know what?
Skullholic.
You ever watch the old school Family Feud?
Yeah, I love Family Feud. Honestly, that's like one of my favorite shows.
Was it Richard Lawson? Remember that guy was like the host?
Lawson?
Richard Dawson shows up in a Wu-Tang lyric. Man, he was kind of a prickly dick as a host, and I loved it.
My favorite is Steve Harvey, just because Steve Harvey is an actual comedian, so he can make funny jokes. Like,
yeah, he's pretty good.
He knows how to drive the show, because he's always like, "What'd you say?" hold up. Like, it's funny. They'll say something too, like, name something like that can grow in size. And you're thinking, oh, water when it freezes or something. And someone's like, my penis. And they're like, survey says.
Was that a one? Was that really one?
No, but there are similar questions like that where somebody always has to say the perverted thing.
Yeah.
I will say this, though. I feel like it's programmed when you go out there that, okay, at some, every round, one of you guys decide who says the stupid answer, because it's always a stupid answer.
There's always somebody. They always like, when they do the family, they go, have you got any kind of dumbass relatives? Because make sure to include that cousin.
They'll be like, okay, turnstile. Name something round that can also be eaten. We'd probably say something, a tire. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Like something stupid. But then again, think about it.
I got my general rank on. I haven't officially ironed these on, but I think that's how it's going to look. Think of that.
Well, that is the general, right? They wear the yellow straps.
Yeah, like if I was Central African Republic, Revolutionary General.
What was that guy that was like, was it Africa, one of those nations over there that was like a complete dick? He was like the tyrant guy.
Yeah, but like some of the awards on there look pretty awesome. They're decked out.
I need a jacket with awards, like
just a dick, like a Muammar Gaddafi kind of general, just decks himself out with a bunch of ribbons. But anyway, that's what I'm going for here.
Gaddafi, was that the guy with like the kind of curly hair, wore sunglasses all the time?
Yeah, Gaddafi wasn't. Gaddafi was hilarious because he got captured alive, and then they pretty much capped him. They're like, dude, we're not going to trial. We're gonna solve this right here.
I had to dig into my history knowledge there to make sure I was talking about the right dude.
Yep, Gaddafi.
I'm not very good at history.
What do you got on tap, buddy? ATG Rumbles at the top of the list.
Yeah, I have a lot. That's definitely the main thing I want to talk about for sure.
It was awesome, and my one thing, and I mentioned to you before the show, was like your physical ability as a wrestler, but to also come back from the Big Tuna Yokozuna Slam.
Little known fact, and I think I've told you this, but I graduated high school in 2005, and I was working out and I was getting fit, and I was going to go to wrestling school to start training to be a wrestler, but then I let my family get in my head and like, well, you're not going to make any money doing that job. And I was like, you know what, you're probably right.
That was a mistake listening to other people.
And I stopped and I stopped working out, and I was like, I don't want to go train to be a wrestler. And I should have, because I feel like
how fucking good you are.
I feel like I have the personality,
so good.
and I use it like wrestling was like, I love wrestling still. But that was like my thing. I studied it. I knew all the moves. I knew so much about it.
I think
I still do. But
the ATG Rumble showed us what could have been. It still can technically be. You go down, go to Laredo with me, go across the border, go to the vet, get a couple cycles of Winstraw, get some roids, back to the wrestling camp. You're still a young man.
I still have my Lucha Libre mask that I bought from downtown.
And just go to like a wrestling academy. Yeah.
I'll bust it out, and I'm like, I won't be, because maybe I can bring El Generico out of retirement. El Generico, well, everybody knows who El Generico is, but maybe it'll be me versus El Generico for the ROH world title, huh?
I think so. I love that shit. I just got to make sure the Butter Lovers is in the picture as I'm looking at it.
Is it upside
there we
down?
go.
I think it's upside down, isn't it?
It's reversed. People can.
I guess there's really no way. You know what you could do?
I mean, it's like that. The whole Act 2. And I don't want to get into it, but I'm going to spend a pretty good amount of time talking about how I worked at Act 1 Popcorn Company.
You worked there for real?
And Act 1 was an evil corporation. And some people at that corporation split off, made Act 2, and they had a legitimate addiction problem with butter. And it was a good place to work, better than Act 1.
I can't tell if you're joking or not.
Act 1 was a shit show. It was horrible bosses, and it was
an actual company.
It was an actual company. Act 2 split off.
Are you dead serious?
No.
Oh, I thought you were serious. I was like, oh, okay.
But you can't make me reveal that, because I do. But no.
I thought maybe that was.
There's a legitimate. Okay. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't true. But Act 2 was a better company to work for. and legitimate butter addiction problem.
Here's the reason why I asked you if Act 1 company was real. Because I know of Act 2 and 3.
Yeah.
That split off.
Act 3.
See, that's why I was like, was there an Act 1? Because I know of Act 2 and 3. But I was like, was there a 1? But I remember because you had just, that's right, because when I first met you, you had just left Act 1.
In Act 2, I'll say, I mean, it's the tension building portion of any theatrical production. 1 sets the stage. Okay, Act 2 sets the challenge for your antagonist and protagonist.
Right.
Really get into it. You know, your protagonist is down in the dumps, and if he eats enough butter-laced shit, he can get it together and overcome the evil and win it in Act 3. But you don't even talk to Act 3 because that's the finale. So Act 2 is kind of where it's at right now. And there's a deeper story on what went on there that I still can't talk about because of an NDA, but that's just a side note for today.
I'm going to say this, though. Butter Lovers is, if you've never heard about it, it is the ultimate hero's journey. Like, it is one of the best storytellers. Tell your kids, tell your grandkids.
I'll say this before we get to, and this is kind of like the level of addiction I was around. The guys and one gal that ran this company, they were like, it's not. It's
turn up the gain a little bit, make it a little brighter.
You think? I don't know.
I'll test it out.
It looks great on your thing, on your laptop there.
Oh, never mind. Never mind. I have YouTube up. I should know this.
Yeah, but
professional.
They were like, not enough butter, and I was like, do you realize how expensive butter is? Like, you're gonna bankrupt the company putting that much butter. So what they would do is they're like, we'll just put this out to the public, and in the executive offices, all they did was pop this shit all day, and then they would get more butter melted in the microwave and then pour it over the top of Butter Lovers. And it just got to the point where I couldn't be around that culture anymore. So, but
I applied to Act 3, but they told me I wasn't experienced enough with popping corn to be a part of their company. So I just was like, okay.
This is as much a high horses at Act 3. I don't mess with those guys. Also, do you check out camera 2? What do we look like on that? I'm just curious because that's a hilarious.
Looks like this right here.
That's so money.
You can see your shoes.
This is the studio. I like this. I can put a skateboard in here and practice the.
They're green.
Yeah.
Oh, something just happened.
Yeah. See, our feed's going down. That's awesome. That makes perfect sense.
There it is. Well, if you're listening, OBS disconnected, but it says that it's reconnecting, so there we are. But yeah, we're back. But yeah, anyway, as I was saying before the OBS decided to disrupt our little conversation here, is those shoes are a lot more highlighter green or highlighter yellow in real life than they actually show up on the camera.
Yep.
And of course me, I mean shit, dude. I have my casual, as I always wear my tall little socks here and my Chuck Taylor Converse shoes. These are my
PBR socks. Those are nice socks.
I have a whole collection of PBR socks because PBR is the best beer in the world.
Bonnie, appreciate it.
It's the numero uno cerveza, correct? It's the best beer. But that's just my opinion. And if you don't agree with me, well, you're wrong. But
well, I agree with you.
They say opinions can never be wrong, but in the case of PBR beer, they can, because you're just wrong. Anyway.
Give me your roadmap for today. Shit you might want to talk about. ATG Rumble, Bay Rays, what in the baseball world?
Well, fuck the Yankee fans, because I'm having the same issue with the Yankee fans that you're having with the Astro fans. So there was a while, we'll get to it.
Okay, so Yankee fans, ATG Rumble. Already fucked with Immaculate Grid this morning. My best two were, and the only reason I mentioned that is because we did it last time. But if we pulled it up, it will be already filled out. But you know what I had? It was a good one, and I randomly came across it like a week ago, and then it showed up. It was like Angels, Detroit, Damian Easley. 0.7%.
You know who I always think of a lot of those grids is Johnny Cueto, because he's played for so many teams.
Yeah.
And I'm always like, he's got to play for this team, because he's played with a lot. You know, those one-year things.
Yeah.
Those little runs.
I'm not sure. I want to look into Damian Easley. That dude might have been like a Southern California legend, which is why the Angels took a flyer on him at the end of his career. But then the other one that was 1%er was San Diego Padres and Jesse Orosco, New York Mets crossover.
Jesse Orosco.
I just knew Orosco played for a bunch of motherfuckers after the Mets. So anyway,
to me, like, I don't care how many teams you play for. If you can hold a spot,
do you make it?
good, yeah.
you're in Baseball Reference and you get that little thing that says like 26,000th dude ever. That's sweet.
Someone was like, you always hear those people are like, he must have not been very good because he's been on like 20 teams. Here's the thing. He may have been on 20 teams, but he's in the league every year playing, or he's on a team. He has a spot. It's not like, what are you doing? Oh, that's right, you're working at the sack and save while talking shit. There's always those people that will talk shit about athletes. Meanwhile, they don't have the same talent, or they never made it. Like, you've never made it to a pro level, have you? No, not you, but I'm talking about the guy at sack and save, George, who's
sack and save. So it's how it is, man. You just got to live your life. You're on top once. Honestly, if you're a major leaguer, you should spend all those big paychecks and ball out, and then you're gonna have to get a regular job with the rest of us at Lowe's.
Even like the Pecos League, man. You're still technically getting paid.
Dude, you did it.
To me,
Pecos League's hard.
I don't care if you're getting paid $1 per game. You're getting paid. You can say, I'm a professional baseball player.
You grind. It's a grind out there. Those schedules. So that'll be fun. Only thing for not to step on you, my roadmap, I got Rangers now out of wild card contention. That's hilarious. I got some thoughts on that. I definitely talk LMB because I did the road trip in 8 hours, drove down, watched the game, drove back. But there was some interesting players on a couple of those teams that might be fun to talk about. And then what else? We got the Rumble. But, the Big Tuna and Rangers, man. Rangers just shit in the leg. It's hilarious.
I think when I start talking and I introduce my segment, I should say it's story time with Dutch Chattahoochee, baby.
That's good.
It's a reference to this wrestler named Adam Cole. He's like, it's story time with Adam Cole, baby. It's
you gotta have your thing as a wrestler.
It's great. Like Adam Cole, I think his name's Adam Cole. Anyway, yeah, he's an AEW guy. He was a Ring of Honor guy. He was in WWE for a while, but he's great at doing his thing.
I like it. I like the wrestling turn. Do you want to switch bump music or go down? Because I don't have the headphones on.
I was still playing it. So.
Oh no, it's always going if it's blinking. But we can do other ones. We just go.
I thought I shut off earlier, but I guess not.
Oh, dude, it's always something with this crazy
so
setup
if you heard that
we got
sweet
here.
Tune, thanks to the Wolf for providing it free.
But do you want to pull up Rumble? Or go just shit on Yankees fans and then go Rumble? Because
let's shit on Yankee fans since you brought it up.
Okay.
I'm in the mood.
Okay, I'm in the mood for that too.
I'm in the mood, and you can relate because it's the same thing you're dealing with the Astro fans with the Rangers.
Yeah.
So clearly, this year the Rays are better than the Yankees. Yankees, compared to what Yankees are normally. What do you call it? Their level of expectation?
Yeah, their expectations are always
trash this year. They're not. They're actually not a very good team.
Yeah.
So, we have problems with the Yankees. They throw at us, hit us. Dugouts clear all the time because Yankees are petty crybabies. So the other day, somebody hit a Rosarena, and he started complaining like, "Oh, you fucking doing this on purpose." So then there were Yankee fans on Twitter saying like, "Oh, look at Rosarena, what a crybaby." I'm like, dude, coming from a team that's trash this year. Team
Mexico.
Shut the fuck up.
Rosarena's insanely good.
And I don't like the Yankees manager, Boone. I think he's a piece of shit. No offense to... I'm not attacking his baseball skills or talent because he clearly knows. But as a person, he comes off as a fucking piece of shit.
Here's my take on
and fuck you Yankee fans
on Brett Boone.
His brother's even worse. Aaron Boone.
Oh no, Aaron Boone's the manager. You're thinking of Brett Boone, the Mariners' second baseman. Aaron Boone's the Yankees' manager.
Yeah,
you're talking about Aaron Boone, dude.
Yeah.
Aaron Boone. But here's my take on Aaron Boone. So there's a little bit of... And I don't know if it's true or not, but you get that like Billy Ripken sprinkling of nepotism because his daddy was Bob Boone. So he was a major leaguer forever. You're going to look at his kids, and next thing you know, Aaron Boone's in the show, and he was never like, some legendary offensive dude. He just hit that one knuckleball off Wakefield to send the Yanks, I think, into the World Series. And eliminate the Red Sox. So everybody loved Aaron Boone. in New York. But I was like, I don't know, his dad. Dude, if your daddy was a major leaguer, I was like, dude, you better prove it.
I remember that game too.
Yeah. So I was like, I don't know if that's true with Boone. Maybe he earned it, maybe he didn't. But he's definitely gonna get more looks than the average schmo with his last name.
Of course.
And then as a tenure with the Yankees is I don't think he's being himself. I think he's a nice guy. I think he was probably a good teammate, but I think he's trying to be like a hard-ass gunnery sergeant for that clubhouse, and it's not him, and he's trying to act like I'm bad and I'm in charge of these dudes, and it's not a good fit. And I know New York's like the pressure cooker for media, but in a leadership role, if you're not really being yourself and it's an act like I'm this stern dude, people are going to kind of see through it. So I think he's been trying to play up the act that I'm this, whatever, Joe Torre, or I don't know what he was trying to be, is like this hardcore dude. But it's the same problem I have with like Jason Garrett. Like, you can't be too nice of a guy. I need a Bill Parcells.
Oh, yeah. Jason, I don't know how anybody can hate Jason.
It's the rah-rah, like, and I think Boone is really is a Jason Garrett. He's a rah-rah, nice guy, but he's trying to act like a hard ass, and he's just completely out of whack, and everything's out of whack in New York. But, like, you need the Joe Torres and the Bill Parcells of this world and the Lelands of this world who's like, hey, motherfucker, I'm running the team.
You need the Joe Maddens of the world.
Madden was great, but I do like kind of a hardcore, like Tommy Lasorda, in your face. I'll tell you what's what, and you can shut your trap.
And once again, this name comes up every single time we're talking about MLB manager talk. The best manager of all time, and no one will ever be able to compete with his talent. Earl Weaver, that guy.
Yeah, Earl Weaver, classic.
That's a manager I want. Where the way he would just talk about shit, he was honest. He was like, he's like, I don't know this guy. I don't know shit about this guy. All I know is he can't hit a fucking curveball or whatever.
Yeah, like his manager's corner gives such great insight into how he probably was in the dugout. Like if some player wanted to be like, oh, coach, I'm not getting enough playing time. He's like, let me tell you what, dude, you could be warming pine in AAA. So shut your trap and do your job.
I got a question about Earl Weaver, and I want you to answer this.
Yes, sir.
Do you think Earl Weaver is the type of guy to go home and put on some Jimmy Buffett and just get fucking trashed?
Oh, he was probably trashed.
He's like he seems like a Jimmy Buffett kind of guy.
Yeah.
But not the type of guy that dressed like a Jimmy Buffett fan.
Rest in peace, Jimmy Buffett. He just passed a couple days ago.
Right.
Did you know that?
Yeah, but I'm not a Jimmy Buffett fan.
Oh, okay.
But I feel like Earl Weaver was the type of guy who loved Jimmy Buffett, but he didn't dress like a Jimmy Buffett fan. He didn't wear the bright colored shirts and all that.
Yeah.
He didn't even drink margaritas. He would just drink beer, but he would blast Jimmy Buffett.
Yeah, I could see Earl Weaver. I would see him having like a side of his life none of his players knew about. But yeah, I like a hard ass manager. I think that'll help you get to a championship.
Was a great one. I like
Piniella.
I like people that have emotions like that. Not someone who's just going to.
Dusty Baker's a great manager. I'm glad he got a World Series. I know you hate the Stros, but like he's less of a hard ass, probably, but more of a high baseball IQ dude.
I don't hate Dusty Baker. He just unfortunately decided to pick a franchise that's not one of my favorites.
But yeah, I don't know. I got my favorites, but yeah, I don't think Aaron Boone is. I mean. But then everybody, like, here's one thing you can take joy in, is how much the Yankees fans are suffering. Because I see it all day, every day, on how much they want to fire Cashman and how they want to fire Aaron Boone. And I'm loving it because this is exactly like the trajectory as a Cowboys fan that we had. Like, we wanted to fire Garrett forever. We're like, this team is so good. 8-8, 8-8, 8-8, 8-8. Like, he's just like, dude, you can't. You got to be 12-4, bro. Like, you can't go 8-8 with these teams. And like Jerry Jones would just roll them out there every year, and you're just suffering, just like begging for the day when he's fired. And that's what they're in right now. They're in the Jason Garrett vortex.
As people know, I lived in Dallas for a very long time.
Oh yeah.
And so I was around
after Nebraska.
I was around the Dallas Cowboy culture for a very long time. And what people will not admit, and this is the fucking truth, is their quarterbacks cannot handle pressure. Not Aikman. Clearly, through the history of Dallas Cowboys, they clearly have had great quarterbacks. Starbuck, whatever his fucking name is. We're calling him Roger Starbuck. Starbuck, that's his name.
I mean, I think he owns stock in the company.
And then, you had Troy Aikman, which clearly those were, they've had great quarterbacks. But the new era of the Cowboys, they can't handle pressure. Tony Romo was a fine example. Regular season, he would put up numbers. He would, passing yards, touchdowns, wins. Playoffs, he would crush. And people's like, well, you can't blame just him. Yeah, you kind of can.
Here's my take on Romo. Because Romo can't play D, and Romo has to deal with Jason Garrett and, offensive play calling. To me, I thought Romo was so good. I'm a Romo-sexual big time. He was so good that if you just you know how the Pete Rose was like a player manager?
Yeah.
That's what they should have fucking done with Romo, because he knew what was going on in every defensive set the way Brady did, but he had to listen to the stupid shit that was getting piped into his thing. He's like, God, that's sometimes he would just change a play call because it was so stupid. He was like, I'm not doing that. He would never talk about it. Every once in a while he'll let it slip about how stupid the play calls was happening, and then he didn't agree with game plan, but he's such a class guy, he didn't blow him out too much. But I was like, honestly, if he was just player offensive coordinator, they probably would have won a Super Bowl. And I think Romo had teams where he could have done it, where the defense was good enough in a few of those years. And if he was look at that. If that's a crazy delay, if that's where we're at on that, I don't know.
I think it is, because
they got 8 up. I don't know.
No, actually,
no, it isn't. But that's my take on Romo. Romo should have a World Series ring. I'll always be a Romo fan. I don't think he did anything wrong.
Not a World Series ring, you mean?
A Super Bowl ring. But he played at a level that I never had any qualms with Romo. I always told myself, it's we have the freaking quarterback. We don't need to draft QB, so we can go out and draft O-line and all this other defensive shit that we need.
I was a fan of Quincy Carter, and that guy was
Quincy Carter played professional baseball. Let me look that up, dude.
But
people don't realize. Let me get Quincy Carter stuff.
But Prescott's just another Romo, man. I'm sorry. The Cowboys ain't winning shit.
Prescott's pretty good, but I don't know.
They're not going to win a Super Bowl with him either. Obviously, it's not all his fault, but he's just, they can't handle pressure. They do something stupid. Last year, Zach, fucking Dak threw a lot of interceptions that he shouldn't have thrown. I'm a Texans guy. I'm a Houston guy, so I could care less about the Cowboys. But as a someone who likes football.
Quincy Carter played
Georgia.
The Cubs organization.
Yeah, he went to Georgia, right? University of Georgia.
Did he? Yeah, I guess so.
I like Quincy Carter. I don't know why.
He was a freaking second rounder out of high school.
Yeah.
Second rounder. Let's look at some Quincy Carter stats. Quincy Carter never hit more than 3 dongs in a year. Had 26 doubles one year, though. An A-ball. Gave it up for the NFL. Batting average not so strong in the minors. Hit 248 one year, though, in the Midwest League.
There you go.
248
is not terrible. It's not great, but it's not terrible.
Yeah, there's a lot of QBs are two-way guys, like the Todd Heltons.
Speaking of Cowboys quarterback baseball dudes, Drew Henson, he was a...
Was he a baseball dude?
Yeah. He went to the University of Michigan, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I bet so. Yeah, I think so.
I think he's a baseball dude, too. John Elway was originally a baseball dude.
Oh, man, Elway. I would have loved... That's one dude I would have loved to see go do the Deion Sanders job, because he was first rounder by the Yankees or something. He was...
Deion Sanders was a legit good baseball player.
That dude was good. And Deion's doing it in football. Football now, Colorado's 1-0. Everybody shit-talked him.
Everybody needs to calm down. It's first game of the season. TCU wasn't that great anyway.
TCU's pretty tough at home, man. That's a pretty big win.
The BCS title last year, but if you get beat by that team first game of the season, you're not that great to begin with.
Here's what I would say about that. I think it's interesting. I haven't been following college football forever, but those dudes are known. TCU's known for being defensive oriented. So that's a road win. Yeah, preseason rankings don't mean shit, but still, supposedly this, it's kind of like Beamer ball in Virginia Tech. Beamer ball was hardcore special teams. You're just known for that. They're going to block your punts when you go in there. It's like, TCU, man, supposed to be good at defense. And, dude, they got torched by Shedeur Sanders.
I'm just like, people need to calm down.
It's the only storyline I'm interested in this year.
They act like they
football.
fucking won the world championship. Like, oh, dude.
Well, he's so polarizing. There's so many people hating on him.
Guess who they're playing this week?
Who's that?
Nebraska.
There you go.
So I hope Nebraska goes in there and stomps their motherfucking ass to the ground.
Nebraska's another heartbreaking college thing because I used to love them when they ran the wishbone.
Tommy Fraser, they had him. They had Josh. What's his name? Josh something.
Yeah, they had some dudes. They had
Fraser
some dudes. Oh, but yeah.
Their legendary coach. Forgot his name.
Tom
I should
Osborne.
know it. Tom Osborne.
Yeah, what's up with football coaches becoming senators? Didn't Tom Osborne become like a politician and then Tommy Tuberville? Tommy Tuberville went Ole Miss, went like senator. I don't know.
I guess some people think I can lead a football team, I can lead a group of men into being a senator. That's not true.
Politicians.
I mean, nobody can be as bad as Trump, but so, what? I feel like that's the baseline. If Trump can do this, anybody can.
Just get your name out there. Be famous. I don't know why Gary Coleman ran for president one year. He didn't win. What you talk about, Willis? That's like your slogan. You could have won.
When I found out he was an adult, I was like, no fucking way.
Or, you know who's the best politician that hasn't run yet? Ken Phelps.
He helps.
Ken helps.
If there was, so let's talk about this. If there was a baseball player that you feel like would be a good politician, what do you think? Who would that be? You have an idea? You have one off the top of your head? Because there's a lot of them.
Nolan Ryan, based on the fact that he pounded Robin Ventura's face.
That wasn't the only thing he pounded, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, if you pound another dude's face, you just keep replaying that video during the campaign, you're probably going to win, hands down. And in Texas, he'd win.
He makes some good sausage,
He could make some good beef. He doesn't want to do that. He wants to run his ranch, but he's going to win. He's going to win. Let's get us some Rumble, man. It's Dutch Chat. Can we do you know where to find in there where there's the Dutch Chattahoochee entrance where you like come out of the locker room and there's like sheriffs.
Oh, at the end, yeah.
There's like sheriffs like waiting for you.
That's
and then you just like walk out.
That's Goldberg's entrance, by the way, but I stole it.
That's sweet though.
Because I'm like, Goldberg's kind of old now. He doesn't have what it takes anymore to Goldberg. That's not true. Goldberg's still a badass, but the young blood's coming for that entrance.
Dude, all those WWE dudes hated Goldberg. They hated that dude.
Goldberg is like John Cena, where he has like 5 moves, and that's all he does. If you think about it, Goldberg's move was like punch, punch, spear, jackhammer.
Well, I guess they hated him because he was straight up dangerous. Like he wasn't.
Because he was a football player.
He was a football player, and he wasn't in control in there, so he was actually like really hurting dudes like every time he matched up. And people were like, dude, you need to learn how to do this because you're killing people. And like
he's working, as they say, stiff. It
was one of the Hart brothers. It was like Owen Hart or the Hitman Hart. Bret the Hitman Hart hates his guts.
Goldberg technically ended Bret Hart's career.
He did. He hates that dude.
Kick or whatever it was.
Yeah, he like twisted his knee or something.
Goldberg was a very stiff worker. Like I've heard. I don't know. I never wrestled the guy. Obviously, if I did, I'd probably pin him for the 1, 2, 3.
I got addicted to WWE bios. For like a 3-hour period one day.
Those are cool.
Watched like 3 in a row.
I love those.
Yeah.
The Ric Flair one's pretty good.
Flair. Love it.
Flair to me.
His showmanship is so.
The thing about the showmanship, that's him. Like there is no character.
Yeah.
That's Ric Flair.
But that's so.
I feel like
it's legendary. Entertainment.
You can't hate Ric Flair. He was a great wrestler in the ring. He does great persona.
But to think up, like, I mean, how would you pitch that? Like, check it out. I want to wear a robe, and I want to be Nature Boy.
He stole his gimmick from Buddy Rogers.
Oh, did he?
That's a different story for another
Oh, my
day.
gosh. Well, that's a genius gimmick. I'll tell you that.
But because the original Nature Boy was, I think his name was Buddy Rogers. He was the original Nature Boy.
Was he? That's so great.
Blonde hair,
I got some
robe.
funny shit.
But
those riders.
I mean, he's no Jumpin' Jeff Farmer. Have you seen that?
Yeah. Well, what about Leaping Lenny Lufa? And whatever.
There was like Motley Crue. He's like, you turn the tables on me in the wrong way. Like, and people were like, could you imagine if you turn the tables on me on the right way?
Good wrestlers out there.
I love, to me, those that era or that time in a wrestler's career.
The 80s was money with that. There was a cartoon that came out Saturday morning that was just WWE dudes like solving crimes. Like George the Animal Steel and the Junkyard Dog. It was like a Scooby-Doo type format. Like they were fucking out there helping the world.
Because I always love when wrestlers, they're in that stage of they're learning to do promos and they're getting the chance to like talk more, and you can tell they fuck up. It's funny because like
it's the minors. It's the minors of promos.
So like,
you got to get your reps.
I'm going to come you and me in that ring. Okay, huh? And it's funny because they're trying, and I'm not knocking
trying
it
hard.
It's hard
Because I would fuck it up too.
They're basically doing a monologue,
and it's kind of probably off the cuff. I mean, they maybe thought about it before, like, hey, you're gonna have 5 minutes. Think about what you're gonna say.
It depends. Because if you're an established guy and you know what you're doing, you have freedom. But usually, for the most part, you have a script.
Man.
And so, like, if you're working with somebody and you're good, you can, for the most part, freestyle if you know what you're doing.
Man.
But when you can tell when someone gets a script because they're paused and they kind of forget their lines. They'll look at the crowd. They're like, and like there was that one famous promo where John Cena was looking at Roman Reigns. He goes, "If you want to be a big dog, you're gonna have to learn how to shoot a promo." And dude, Roman Reigns just kind of started laughing a little bit because he's like, "You're right. I don't remember what I was supposed to say." Because you're like I said, you're doing a monologue. You have a script. You have to follow it, and it's hard.
So, it's some. And you know what? The other thing, I'm gonna go to this one because I think this one's so funny. The fun of the WWE and professional wrestling too is because like I love everything about it, but it's like they don't really like hinder the creativity when you come up with ideas. Probably like Al Snow writing "Help Me" on his head. Like that's. I love that.
Sometimes WWE though, especially WWE, will take a wrestler who's established and they like sign him and they totally fuck him over.
Yeah,
they ruin him.
Yeah,
like, there's so many people they've signed in the past that should have been fucking huge dudes. They don't know how to handle it, or they have too much talent and they don't know how to.
It's interesting how it works, because there's like Batista's, like some dudes who physique wise. I understand why you're kind of a star, but then you get like the Cactus Jack, the Dude Love, Mankind. Like Mick Foley he just made it on persona and wildness.
Mick Foley knew some weird people.
He knew how to do
Love. He knew a guy named Mankind.
I mean, he did. He just.
You know what's crazy?
I guess he just did the most dangerous stuff that nobody else would do.
You know what's crazy about Dude Love? He kind of looks like Mick Foley. Huh?
He kind of does.
I was like, I don't know.
Like, because he just, like, I don't know, like, that guy was in the game doing all that stuff, and he rose to the top. And if you saw that dude at a truck stop, you'd be like, you're a professional wrestler? He's like, yeah, like one of the biggest ever.
Mick
Legend.
Foley is my ideal what I think of when I think of professional wrestling.
Yeah.
Someone who is not jacked, who's not fucking, I don't like big muscly dudes. All they know how to do is slam people in the ring. I want to see someone wrestle. Not so much mat wrestling. I kind of find mat wrestling kind of boring, but like someone who just knows the sport. You know what I'm saying?
Man, Mick Foley, legend.
Like
what was he? What was his different guys? Cactus Jack was one.
Mick Foley, obviously. Cactus Jack, Dude Love,
Mankind. I think those were the main three.
Yeah, Mankind. There was a year in the Rumble, I think it was like 2000 or something, where he came out as each individual person.
That's awesome.
Yeah. It was great. You could tell the guy was like worn out by the end.
Oh my god.
I'm always a Cactus Jack guy because I love his battles with the guy who passed away recently, Terry Funk. They had some great battles, dude. I call them battles because they were battles. Barbed wire. Because I'm a deathmatch guy. That is my favorite kind of wrestling.
Well, like dude, sounds great. Like sounds good. It's down still there.
Wrestling company is CZW.
Yeah.
I like deathmatch wrestling. I want to see someone get thrown some glass tables, some light tubes. I used to backyard wrestle. Was I great at it?
Dr. Sublime's in the house, by the way. What's up, dude?
Oh, yeah, I see him.
Much love.
I used to backyard wrestle, and then one time we had this table, and it was fucking great. So we had this table set up, and then we had this dude get inside of a suitcase, and we fucking threw him through the table in a suitcase.
That's what you do. That's America right there.
We had dudes that would jump off houses. I wouldn't.
The backyard wrestling.
I wouldn't jump off houses. Fuck that. But
it's a little scary. I mean, you gotta.
We had like this entrance thing, and then we had our music play. So I would come out the corn, make me bad. That was my entrance music, and we had like this little this little entranceway thing that come on. I'd come out. I had a belt. I made a belt called the 3D Championship because I was a huge Dudley Boys fan back when I was growing up, like the ECW days, and then when they came over to WWE, and I was like, and so my character, I made this 3D Championship, and the plan was I'm gonna lose it, so I literally just created it, and I had it. I wore it out to the ring, and I lost it. I was like, and you know who I lost it to? My brother. Yeah.
Well, that's what happens, man. It's the part of the game.
It was backyard wrestling was fun though, man.
Wrestling. Has there been any professional? I mean, Randy Poffo Macho Man, but any other baseball wrestling crossovers? I don't know. There's probably at least one more.
Pete Rose.
Yeah.
He was involved in WWE for a while.
Yeah. Pete Rose will do some creative stuff, I think, for financial reasons, which is kind of.
Else may have been wrestling in baseball. I can't think of any right now.
Cardinals organization.
And I'm sure there's tons of them.
Yeah.
Just because wrestling's like one of the greatest things ever.
That's pretty great.
I probably know more about wrestling than I do baseball, to be honest.
It's good. We need to hang out at the skate shop. Those dudes were wrestling nuts, man.
Yeah, I remember I was talking to him. I was like, dude, wrestling. I said, wrestling's great, man.
The guy I worked at years ago at the courthouse. He had a wrestling podcast called It was called One Sweet Wrestling Podcast, and they did it at the Luchador, which was the bar right down off. I think it's still on Presa Street. Was the Luchador downtown Southtown?
I love me some Luchador. One of my favorite Luchadors was the guy that was in WCW. The guy La Parca.
Yeah.
But like, so there was I guess it was his son or somebody who wrestled, but they didn't have the copyrighted name, so he called himself L.A. Park.
Yeah.
It was funny, but La Parca was the shit, man. He'd come out with a chair and do his little dance thing.
Here's what I'm thinking, though, because you know how you're a luchador and you got the mask?
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of luchadors probably do or could have second careers. Like one's like a dentist. You don't even know your dentist is like the most famous luchador ever. Because,
luchadors, they can never take off their mask if they make an appearance and you got to have the mask on, which I think is fucking awesome. Like, it's tradition, you know?
It's sweet.
And the only way you, like, take off the mask is if you lose or something. Like, it has to be worthy.
Yeah. I like it.
Like, I still hate this so much when WCW decided to take off the mask of Rey Mysterio.
Oh, don't do that.
I was like, they did that one time. I was like, why? And then they gave him a shitty, filthy animal character. It was so dumb. But I was like, why would you do that? Like, you clearly do not understand the luchador tradition. And because, dude, Mexican wrestling, we used to have a channel when I lived in Dallas they would show it. It would come on late at night, but, dude, it was fucking awesome, dude. To see
that was one of my highlights of my Mexico City trip. Besides seeing the Diablo Rojos, I went to the famous stadium in Mexico City where they do I forget what it's called, but it was awesome.
There's a cool song there's a band called the Mountain Goats, and they have a song called The Legend of Chavo Guerrero.
Ooh.
It's a great song, dude. It kind of makes me tear up a little bit just because, like, Chavo Guerrero, the dad, was such a legendary guy. Nice. And then you had Eddie Guerrero. Chavo Guerrero Jr., whatever, he was okay, but Eddie Guerrero, too,
Mexico's holding it down with some good stuff. You know what? And else Mexico ain't giving up on, as far as I could tell, is the boxing culture. Good, I'm a boxing guy.
I can't get into boxing.
MMA. Let's get into the Rumble. Let's do our little picture-in-picture. I can tell you.
OBS is disconnecting again.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad.
The mouse died or something. I can't even use it.
The mouse is dead. You can just use the. Let's see if I can get it going. There you go.
All right, let me turn this on real quick.
I wonder why OBS is disconnecting. Oh, it's back.
There we go.
Looks
so
like
there's the Rumble right there.
I don't know.
All right.
There you go. And then what's OBS look like? Do you want to do the other one with the picture-in-picture? Just do that's good right there.
Can you hear us on the mics on the other one though?
Let's see.
If I switch scene, I'm not even gonna try.
And if you want to get the audio.
I turn the audio off on the Rumble so we can kind of talk.
Oh, really? You don't want to do that one?
No,
okay.
Okay. So we can like talk over it because I don't want it to be like too much.
Okay, we're up and we're down.
So
just it's classic 3BGB.
I will say one of the funniest things was the entrances because they were all fucking wacky as shit.
Dude, they were fucking awesome. I like. There was one that got used twice that was pretty funny where he's like talking shit to the fans. And then he just like sprints into the ring. I do love there's like it's on every game for I don't know how many years now. But there's always that one guy in the crowd who's like, yeah, like when you come down the ring, you got to get into it with the fans.
He's like, let's go.
I would love. I don't know if they'd really do it. Can I be like a WWE like plant where you just put me in the stands to shit talk the wrestlers? He's coming down, and then he just comes up to me and slaps me in the face. I feel like I don't get slapped in the face enough, you know?
Here we go.
Here we go. Dave Bliss.
This entrance and shout out to, I think, Bonnie who did all this shit, man. Like, I know he created all these dudes. That took a lot of time.
That takes a lot of time, but I like the community, the amount of enjoyment.
These things are so great, and it sucks.
Look at that.
I wanted so bad to talk to him live when this was happening.
Where's the boogers and gravy one? That was maybe my favorite one.
This is a Rick Boogs entrance, like the electric guitar.
So
dude,
money.
there were so many people in this match that had hoodies. There's a lot of hoodie dudes.
There was a lot of hoodie dudes.
I love this. Like, he has the ATG hat with like the Tigers shirt on.
So money.
And he has like the fucking cat.
I don't know. Like, they also did like the dope ass logos on the ring and
so
like
much time.
3B Chibi, like all that shit was in there. It was so sick.
I think I made an arena once. I was like, fuck this, dude. It's so much work. But
like, I don't know. Like,
Boogs Jr.
like Bonnie and Jake doing that, and then like I probably watched 40 minutes. I would say I full on watched 40 minutes the morning before I went out to Laredo.
This one right here.
And how did they come up with the fucking baby in the big tuna?
I believe the cat is like is a model of their real cat.
Okay.
And then the baby. So this dude right here looks like a homeless person. I want to get to the.
Oh, this is the one. This is the entrance that's like he just
walks slowly.
Yeah, he just acting all, and then he sprints into the ring after he talks shit to some fans.
Now
some good
this
ones.
one, I got to get to this one. I think it's Trey.
Okay, let's see Trey.
Okay, so this is Trey. He's got the Bobby Roode entrance.
He's got the bathroom. Yeah,
Glorious.
that's so great.
But like, so this fucking the funniest thing, and I know these guys mentioned this when they were in the stream, is he has this fucking robe on, right? The Ric Flair. I think this is a Bobby Roode robe.
Yeah.
But like, he has his hat on, and underneath the robe, he has t-shirt and shorts on. It's fucking great.
It's so good.
So funny. Like, you would think a wrestler that has a robe like that would have like some trunks on or something. Nope, shorts and a t-shirt.
So good.
Oh god, it's funny. The interest is it's like the funniest thing, and this is like the first match here, which was like for the Cruiserweight Championship, right? It's like a 5-way match thing. Dude, I remember going into this match, I was like, State of the Franchise is going to win it. He's gonna win it.
Here's my question. You know how like you get like career counselors in high school who are like they never tell you about the cool jobs that are out there. Like there's probably
I was laughing too.
the D student or whatever that likes to blow shit up, and they'll be like, dude, your son's gonna end up in prison. You should have been like, dude, you could have been the pyro guy for fucking wrestling.
Some of these like matches and stuff, they got eliminated quick, and it's just like that would never happen.
It's so sweet. I'm just going to put in the 2 cents for myself. I suck at wrestling. I got blown out every time. I was out in 2 seconds.
I love wrestling. Yeah.
But
dude, what was funny is like in the next match, like so this is like the 5-way Cruiserweight Championship thing.
Yeah, the Cruiserweight.
Which is fucking awesome. But in the next match after this, our team got eliminated obviously early. But dude,
I was out fast.
So like, let me see if I can. You know what? We're just gonna fucking fast forward to that thing. But like,
yeah. The tag team.
Because Pink Swan.
This is my favorite. Boogers and Gravy. That's the best entrance of all time.
There used to be this guy, I forgot their names, but their entrance song was Biscuits and Gravy. It was like a guy named Fetus or Cletus and something. It was like these two dudes.
That dance, I just want to replicate. Like, I don't know if we could just in the backyard or in the front yard just practice the Boogers and Gravy entrance in real life.
I love the Alabama fucking jersey there, dude. Roll Tide.
That's so good.
I believe so. They said that the visor he's wearing was like his wife's softball team or something.
It's Boogers and Gravy, man.
And I believe they won this match too. I believe
they deserve to with that entrance.
Yeah, if somebody has an entrance like that, they're definitely gonna win. There's no doubt in my mind. But they didn't win though, because who won? Oh yeah, Gravy Chief and Coop started winning this match. That's who won.
Oh my goodness gracious, it's so good.
We sucked in this one. We got our ass pounded to it.
Well, I was no help to you. I was out in 2 seconds, and this. Oh no, this wasn't the one where Big Tuna Yokozuna you.
This is the match.
Oh, Yokozuna on this one with the Big Tuna? Okay, because I'm gone. I'm no help. You're just left alone with Big Tuna. Because Big Tuna won.
After I got eliminated from this match, I was just wandering around. Like, I had no idea what the fuck I was doing.
You take a slam from Big Tuna, dude. You're not.
This was my pick.
Look, I love this because it's the whitey tighties. And then Yeah, with the shit stains, and he gives him like a smack in the ass. There's this like, what was that SNL sketch with the gay duo?
Oh yeah.
And they did like, dude, there's some funny shit in
Like
this
I was
entrance.
pulling so hard for Oily Greg in his back. I was like, this, I could like. It's just the fact that he has like the states, and like he has the cowboy hat and the boots. The boots done it for me. The whitey tighties and the boots, man.
I wonder if that's such a great. I wonder if this is like, here it is. He's gonna come up and rub his ass a little bit, get behind him. Yeah,
He's like, that's my boy. That's
right there. I'm about to smack him on the ass. There you go, buddy.
It's so perfect for that.
Does
too.
WWE like watch what other creators are doing and then steal ideas because they should? That's how good that is.
I'm gonna say absolutely not, but I'm also gonna say I'm pretty sure they do, because wrestling fans because they watch it, they consume it, they know they know more than the people sometimes in charge. Sometimes, because sometimes WB does these stupid ideas. But
Like, I love that. Okay, whitey tighties is an option. Like, you know how you make your uniform.
This is the best fucking entrance of the night, dude. Big tuna.
Big tuna. This is hilarious.
Big baby.
My question is like the options when you
sledgehammers.
make your person, like, it makes sense for comedy that whitey tighties are an option, but then like the shit stain option, or did they just like paint that on? How did they do that?
I'm sure you had to do like a texture thing.
That's so petrifying right there.
Big
I have
baby.
like nightmares of a massive cat and a big baby with hammers. They're gonna
He's
kill me.
walking so slow.
I'm gonna probably die in an old folks home,
And that's what you're
like
gonna see.
most folks do. But this will be like my vision. Like this, like he keeps talking about this cat and this baby with hammers.
I took this.
My
screen-
children don't
I
understand
took
what
a
he's talking
screenshot of
about.
this and made it my Facebook banner profile picture.
It's disturbing. It's disturbing.
The sledgehammer.
It's so
And
disturbing.
then here's
It's a memory.
and look at there's us right there in the ring.
Oh my
we got our ass
goodness!
beat.
Look at Dutch.
We got our ass beat. However,
I'm
little did they know
worthless.
they were in for a treat in the Rumble match.
Yeah.
So like in that, we'll get to the Rumble match in a minute. But yeah, this match was awesome, dude. We got
Look
our
how
ass beat
huge
quick.
Big Baby is. Like, what height did they put on Big Baby? Him and Big Tuna are huge. Boom!
They've got to be like
Big Tuna
7'6" or
is
some shit.
ruthless and mobile.
The fact that your hat and sunglasses stayed on the whole time is unreal.
They just broke my face. Look at it. Boogers is taking me. Oh yeah.
Rock
That's
bottom.
what you get, Turnstile. On and I'm gone. And I'm gone. 2, 3, back hit the showers. I was a good help.
How
Glad
do
I helped
lose-
you there, Dutch.
Here's my question: how do you lose to a rock bottom right away? Like, there's no way. The rock
I got
bottom,
slammed so hard. I'm old and
or
frail.
the bookend that Booker T would do, but like you lost. How do you lose to that move? Right? Like, look, there goes again. He almost did to me too. But like, it make backdrop. I mean, that's,
Where are you at in here, Dutch? You're in the back. Oh, you just took one from
I'm
Big
getting,
Baby.
like, pounded over here by like
Yeah.
Big Tuna. This is what fucking dude. This thing like fucking pissed me off. I'm like,
I'm gonna put my mic up
how
on
did I
Act
give
2
up so
popcorn.
easily? Like, I should have been able to get up from that. But I mean, then again, if you think about it,
Can I do a shameless plug?
sure.
Anytime you watch ATG Rumbles, I highly recommend getting Act 2 popcorn butter lovers. Just saying.
Like,
I'm just saying.
fucking horse, dude, running around.
Can you throw people and jump onto the little announcer things and slam them on that? Because that'd be sweet.
You can, yeah. You can put it through the table.
Big Tuna is so ruthless. I like in the maid outfit, like the artistry and artistic choices made by Bonnie and
He said Jake and I
Mo,
are completely sober.
which is like like it's Picasso level, right? They're like, we're gonna do the huge cat, 285 pounds of all muscle with the maid outfit. It's so good.
Oh, there's another show they just said not September 16th. So this was a pay-per-view worthy show.
Oh my God, Booger just crushing Big Tuna.
Dude, that fucking rock bottom move of that is fucking it's destroying people.
You can't believe it. It's hardcore.
He's like doing
Here
the time.
comes the cat. You shouldn't have let him get up. She's been dropping legs on
There
him.
goes again with the rock bottom. Bam!
Boom.
You know what? I wonder if
Trying again, but look at Big Tuna says nope. Oh, it did get pinned. I thought this was the one. No.
Nah, this was the one where they won. The what do you call it?
So you get Yokozuna in the next one.
Yeah, this was on that Gravy Chief one.
Okay.
Gravy Chief and what's his name? Coop. His name's
Red
Cooper?
Bulling it up.
I think his name's Cooper. But dude, Oily Greg.
So it's over now. Now it's just bedlam.
Yeah,
These dudes just have stairs.
Look,
dude, is that boogers or gravy? That's gravy. That's gravy.
I love that he has his name on the back of his jersey.
That's gravy.
Too.
What am I talking about?
Gravy.
There's the horse.
Gravy
Why did the horse win? That's locking up with gravy.
Gravy,
so good.
Gravy was a powerhouse in this match.
Gravy was.
He was
ball breaker. Gravy just letting people know. Oh my goodness, Gravy and Big Tuna. Oh my gosh, how do you get up from that? Oh,
I think Gravy alone could have came out for himself and won this tag team match. He's like, I don't need no fucking body.
Gracious.
I want a clean house right now. Poor Oily Greg, man. I think towards the end of this match, he kept doing the, what do you call it, the nut drop thing.
Is this the match is over, right? No.
No. It was a so. Basically, you had two obviously tag teams.
People were out of the ring. Okay.
And you can like, it was elimination. So like, say there was like,
I got you.
Tag team, and it was like you had to get eliminated and your partner. So technically, you could have won it by yourself. But dude, that dude was using that rock bottom to his fucking advantage every time. You could see the shit stain and all that.
Yeah.
Now this,
I think maybe if the weather cools down, I could be talking to a Whitey Tighty show.
Now the Rumble, man, Barry
Bonds.
Because I was thinking, is he going to wrestle with his helmet on? But he never did. He did wrestle with a helmet on.
This entrance is kind of probably true to Barry Bonds' prickly relationship with the press.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't want to talk to you.
Honestly, though.
I'm saying Barry Bonds Hall of Fame.
Oh, Gravy is a college professor. Damn, he's big time in it. But, like, this Rumble was fucking so good. Now, here's my thing with the Rumble, dude. I totally thought that Sublime was going to win it because he kept, like, military pressing people out of the ring.
Sublime's in the full Navy dress uniform.
Dude.
It's like at graduation in Annapolis or something going on here.
There's Dirty Bird Mike himself. He came out with his fucking classy khaki pants.
Oosh.
Dude, I thought it was going to come down to Dirty Bird and Sublime. I swear, like, they were fucking whipping ass.
That was a huge choke slam right there.
Sublime was just whipping ass for the longest time.
I need to get a close up on the service medals and ribbons, but Sublime's going over the top, struggling, wiggling. You're going to take. Why don't you get in there and spear him?
I kept spearing people. That was like my move.
That's your move. Was the Goldberg? Boom! There it is.
Taking people out, but I love that he was in his naval uniform because that's a Navy uniform, right?
Yeah, that's Navy.
That's a young.
Navy's
Sublime.
got class.
I mean, he's still a young
Department
buck,
of the Navy.
This is even a younger version. Clean shaven.
Can I get like my Marine Corps dress blues? Is that an option for Turnstile next time?
Sure.
Have two dudes. Look at you. Oh, dude, you're gonna take this one. You're out. You're going out of the ring there. Oh, that hurt your face.
If I would have had black pants, I would have been the censor guy. But, dude, I love my attire.
Your attire is perfect for you.
It has the chucks and everything.
Black tie, the chucks, the green hair. It's so perfect.
This little guy.
Who's this guy?
I
skipped over this part.
I think they were going to say they were going to make a stable of people that look just like him, like that little white guy there. Hold on,
tiny little dude.
He's just like chilling in the corner, taking a break too.
Just breathing. That's good stuff.
Yeah, Sublime was on a roll to win this thing. He was like Kane, dude. He was just knocking people out left and right.
You got the little guy now, Dutch.
But then, towards the end, Sublime got a little tired, I think, and kind of wore down. See, you were in there too.
Was I?
Yeah.
I was just laying around.
That's you right there.
Oh, I just like hung out like a puss. I was just like hanging back. I was like, I'm not gonna get involved.
Now that thing.
Oh, I forgot about the lizard.
See this guy. I love this guy right here. George Trotter, dude. I love George Trotter. He's got his little. I don't know the joke with trucks. I think they were talking about it on the stream. Something about Discord. So it's like an inside joke or something that I don't really know. But like, this character looks badass. He's got like his boots with the jeans tucked in and shit. And he's like, what is it? Like a cut off neck tee.
That's nice. It's real nice.
And this is the thing you're talking about with the entrance, like the Goldberg thing, where like Yeah, I love like the retro like screen too, like the start screen. Right there, that's like the retro one.
There we go.
George Trotter. George Trotter, if you're out there listening to me, we should form a tag team. Or actually not a tag team, what do you call it? A triplets. Me, you, and George Trotter.
You just need to can me, dude. I'm no help at all.
We can have Turnstile, me, and George Trotter in a stable.
Except
George Trotter coming down that ring, stop a mud hole in your ass.
Trotter.
That's how I imagine George Trotter talking to. My name's George Trotter.
I was looking at, there's something floating around social media about the honky tonk man. I remember that guy.
That guy, I never was a fan. I thought the whole thing was stupid, but George Trotter. What he's like, what was that fucking thing that Stone Cold did? He's like, you can get that man out my ring. You can thump your Bible. Was it George Trotter 3:16 said, I just whipped your ass.
I'm trying to think. I always liked Hacksaw Jim Duggins. Hacksaw Jim Duggins is a good
Jim Duggan was wild.
Good redneck wrestling follow. That dude, he's on Twitter these days doing stuff. Posting old pictures of him.
George Trotter.
Got to flex on the fans. It's always a good move.
He's got like the Elias pants.
Yeah, and if you want to talk about horrible minor league schedules, talk about the WWE schedule, man. Those guys are never home.
Yeah, they wrestle way too much.
They are never home. There's no life balance with that stuff.
He has a St. Louis Cardinal hat. You see that? The camo Cardinal hat?
Yep. ATG
Come
Rumble.
out of the door.
Here it is. I like this. Look at these guys. They're
what's funny, he still says Goldberg on the plate. I'm like, yeah, I'm using his room.
That's good. I just like the security aspect of it. It feels kind of like Public Enemy. If you remember, like Public Enemy always has those like military dudes kind of marching around behind. I don't know. I just like that vibe. Look, you got the belt. You're wearing the belt. There it is.
Coming down the ring to whip some ass, boy.
So, are you the reigning champion? I guess.
No, I'm the. I won it for the first time.
Well, no, okay. So this is
after.
This is after the championship match. Did we miss that?
I'm defending it.
Oh, against Trotter.
Yeah. Not only did I win the Rumble.
So the Rumble was earlier in the vid. Okay.
Yeah. Not only did I win the Rumble, I come back out and defend my title.
I see.
Here's the thing, though. Little known fact: I knocked back a couple of monsters. I'm good to go. Hell yeah, boy! Coming down that ring, gonna whip that ass. I don't even sound like that, but I don't know how I would talk. Honestly, how I would do promos. Probably just have a normal voice.
That's so gold. Yeah, I think I dipped out after you won the championship.
I would do like the LA Knight thing. I would just point to the crowd, right? I would just be like, Dutch Chattahoochee.
Look at you just pulling on them ropes, get stretched.
I feel like I would talk like a smart person, right? Like, matter of fact, actually.
Irving R. Shyster. Remember that dude?
You're coming down to the ring and you're assuming I don't know what I'm doing, but look what I got around my waist. You have hopes and dreams.
Oh, we can do I like this one. Bam.
You can see the wide angle of us talking. But I feel like me and Dirty Bird Mike are going to go at it for the title. We're going to have a little rival going on there.
ATG. I need to get in the Discord more. My time's always getting chewed up, but
I feel like when me and Dirty Bird have a match for my title, I feel like George Trotter's going to interfere and fuck things up.
Ouch.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I don't trust George Trotter. He's a son of a bitch. Something about him just doesn't sit right with me.
Bless it. Old George Trotter.
Oh, yeah. So on the 16th of September, me and Dirty Bird for the title.
Yeah.
So if you're listening, I don't know. I was like, if you're listening, and then I paused.
Oh, no. I just know I need to get down and get some Winstrol in my system, do a couple more cycles.
I love that kick up that I did there. Oh, he's about to do the STO thing.
It's good stuff right there.
Ooh, kick to the gut. He like slapped me.
He just slaps you.
I did the kick thing.
That's so
too.
good right there.
Speaking of like when I kicked him in the face when I was on my back.
Oh.
I was watching this video the other day, and they were like, all these people that do when John Cena does a 5-knuckle shuffle. Why has no one ever kicked that dude in the face? And I was like, oh, shit.
Do the man slap. Psh. Not enough man slapping. You ought to be able to slap people at work. You know, I used to do
No,
that
I
in the
agree.
mob or whatever. Like, come on, get a hold of yourself. Smack people, slap people in the face.
I don't really do promos. I'll let my matches talk for themselves.
Oh my god.
Dirty Bird.
Tie him upside down, get his legs all in the turnbuckles, and then he kicked it. Look at that.
It's like George Strider thought he was gonna come in his ring and
That
stuff
was a
my
nice
ass
maneuver
dry.
right there.
Wrong.
And so this is just the computer. Like they just made the dudes, made the skill, and then just let it go and announce it. That's so genius.
It was great. George Strider definitely has a whiskey voice.
Oh,
I'm George Strider. Oh god damn it! I'm just gonna crack. Dude, George Strider jammed some Alan Jackson for sure. Comes down to the ring in a Camaro or some shit. Was it a Z-Rock or whatever those cars were?
Look at dude, you're amped. I'll do a PED piss test.
Oh no, it's all natural, dude.
It's all.
Bam.
Ow.
Dude,
Just
the punches.
wailing.
It's like sometimes I go into the corner like I'm going to do something off the
Crushing
ring.
this dude.
Here we go.
Oh, this is where it just gets out of control. You just
I'm like,
this
stand
is just
your
a
ass
beat
up,
down.
George Strider.
Just beating people down. Oh my goodness gracious!
It's like a Superman. It's like an AJ Styles fucking punch to the fucking face. But whenever I address him, I just always say George Trotter. Like, hey, George Trotter. Fuck you, George Trotter.
I like that move a lot. I like because you could hear the Chuck Taylor slapping on his chest, like the audio of you stomping on him was like, it sounded exactly like what the Chuck Taylor's beating on him. But this is just a total domination.
I feel like after Dirty Bird, I'm coming for George Trotter.
It's good stuff right
Just
there.
based on morals alone. Fuck you, George Trotter. And those are actual Chucks somewhere.
That's ball game.
It's over.
That's ball game. Yeah, ATG Rumble was a lot of fun. Appreciate.
It was great, man. I enjoyed it.
Appreciate those guys.
I was able to watch it live.
It's just
Not only was I able, you know what was
just
kind of
doing
weird?
good things for basically the sporting world.
You know what was weird about the stream?
What's that?
I was able to watch it and compete at the same time. 2 matches.
That's awesome.
How'd I do that?
I don't know how you came back from Big Tuna giving you the Yokozuna treatment. That was amazing to me.
Well, I was able to come in a little later in the
Because that
Rumble.
broke your sternum,
Yeah.
frankly.
Luckily for me, I was able to go in the back and rest up before I came in the Rumble because I kind of came in later.
Oh, God.
And you know, Dirty Bird Mike's going to use that. Like, well, you came out later in the Rumble. Of course you won. You were more fresh. I'm like, buddy, no. We came out similar
there was
times.
some Mr. Miyagi repair your sternum shit happening back there. I don't really know how that happened, but
You know
that's
what,
some
though?
good shit.
You know what I should do? I should legit fucking shoot a promo for this match. For Dirty.
You should put on the shirt and tie.
Yeah, right.
Get your hair dyed that perfect color, and do the whole. That'd be great.
My hair's kind of faded since I had it. I don't know if you can here. Let me switch the cameras real quick. See, my hair's kind of faded a little since then. It's not as blue as it is. However, my hair's not blue like it was because that match stressed me the fuck out and it caused my hair to fade.
Yeah, I like it,
So,
buddy.
I'm coming for Dirty Bird.
That's some good.
And if you're
good
not
stuff.
down with that, we got 2 words for you. Suck it. But
That's good.
anyway, yeah, I need
Deal.
to when I shoot this promo,
Yeah,
I'm like, world knows. World's gonna know.
I like it, dude. That was good stuff. We're getting near the end. If you want to transition over to MLB postseason meltdowns happening,
Yeah, let's put on some tunes for you while you get into
do
it.
some.
Put this on right here.
I have a theory on the Rangers. You got some good.
Love this song.
This is a good song.
I know when we were, when we do bump music and shit.
Yeah.
This one just stuck out to me like this is the shit.
This is the
one.
shit right here.
Like in the track, the girl's like, whatever. the fuck she's saying.
The baseball talks kind of go everywhere here. I am maybe going to ask you to pull Baseball Reference and look at a couple Mexican League dudes.
Line.
But Rangers Meltdown is pretty good. It's pretty strong. Like at some point they were like 20 games above 500.
Cleveland
They're-
Buckeyes shirts, by the way.
Rangers have had some injuries for sure. Been some issues. Our bullpen, I think, like most blown saves in the league. So that
I think it's hilarious.
that doesn't help.
In a way, not funny, but just like, what the fuck?
Well, you're shitting your leg, and we've all seen this move. The Mets are kind of famous for it at the end of the season. But here's my question on if you're gonna just crap your leg this hard, as the Rangers are doing. You're doing it early, so you have enough time. Like if you're gonna crap, I like the two analogies I like are crapping the bed or crapping your leg. We use that a lot in the
You
court.
done shit the sheets.
Yeah, you done shit the sheets, you crap the bed, crap your leg. In real life, if you do it like, it's prom night or whatever, like you did it before your date showed up. So you have time to change drawers, change the sheets, and fix it. The Rangers are now outside the wild card, but there's enough leash left in the season to pull it together, get healthy, somehow scrape your way into postseason play, and then maybe get some more people healthy, and you're back in it. So the timing of the Rangers meltdown, maybe we're mid-train wreck. Is that the standings? Maybe we're mid-train wreck, but can it be straightened out? I don't know. We're third in the West now, which is sad. I don't know where the wild card standing are. We're outside.
You're fourth place in the American.
Yeah, so we're like a half game out of the wild card.
We're in first place. Clearly the Rays holding it down. First place
So
wild card.
I don't know what to say. I believe that Chris Young is the second coming of Theo Epstein of Ivy League nerdery to general manage teams
I just
and
don't
build
understand
winners.
how it collapsed so fast. What's his face got hurt though too. The pitcher.
Yeah, DeGrom's out,
Yeah,
so you
DeGrom,
lost some
I think his
pieces.
name.
I'll say this for Chris Young. So this is actually way ahead of schedule for the Rangers. I don't think we were not picked to even compete or be on the top of the West this year. And Chris Young has given out contracts that are huge, guys like Sager and Simeon and all these other cats. And he's putting pieces together, but
Even
the
more
pitching
beautiful.
staff is not the pitching staff bullpen is really not where it needs to be. But you could surprise some people. So I don't know. I think we're ahead of schedule and Chris Young's building, but hope springs eternal. I do have a bet at the Venetian for us to win the World Series.
Half game back, so it's not like you guys are gonna. The season's lost.
No, like I said, it's a leg crapping, but you can somehow get in the postseason and get hot. Pull a Seguin River Monsters where they don't see you coming, and then you get hot at the right time and become super duper
What
dangerous.
I love about the American League wild card, look who's even lower than that, and 7 games back. The New York Yankees. And
Yanks,
these
man.
fans are talking shit. Rose Rangers a crybaby. Dude, shut the fuck up. You should be the one crying. Look where you are in the standings.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a tough road. I'm kind of enjoying their pain.
You see, those are fair weather fans. They don't understand. You do understand the Yankees are in it every single year, right?
It's like a Cowboys like drought for those dudes. It's been so long since they've been able to talk about their titles. But Rangers, that's my team. I don't really like some of the big social media follows on the Houston Astros getting humongous boners about taking down the Rangers, because
those people don't know what they're talking about.
I don't really know. I'm still not really over the Rangers losing to the Cardinals in the World Series.
I feel like
it's kind of a
I feel like those are the type of people who don't know about baseball. They really go to ESPN or whatever MLB. They look at the standings and they start talking shit without knowing how the year went, without knowing that the Astros have pretty much sucked for most of the season and they finally turned around.
We've sucked forever.
And the Rangers, but I'm talking about these people don't know. They haven't watched baseball. They go, like I said, they go to the standings on the website and they base their opinions off that without even knowing anything. Oh, first place team. Oh, they're good. Yeah, fuck you.
They're not true rivals either in my book.
Yeah.
I'm like frozen in time with all this stuff.
When I think of Rangers rivalries, I don't know how you feel, but I think of Angels.
Yeah, I always hated the Angels.
Or Seattle, something like, you know what I'm saying?
Always hated the Angels because when we were good, they were good, and you had to get past them. So
Especially
that was
2000s. Those were their Angels.
But it's an amazing thing to watch. I will say though, I'm optimistic for the future because you got dudes like Jonah Heim. I don't know if he's back in the lineup. He had some injury issues. Sager's kind of like, when he's hot, dude, Sager's unconscious right now. I don't know if he's going to be the AL MVP, but he might be.
And dude, shout out to the Orioles because they fucking took over the American League East and they just run away with it.
Yeah, and that's the toughest one, man. That's the biggest spending one, and you're doing that.
And I feel so bad for Toronto because like they always have good teams, but just they can't quite compete with the other teams. You know
Yeah. The Jays, but see, the crazy thing about the Jays is they actually did it back in them Joe Carter days. They got them 2 titles, which is
like
crazy.
you always have to worry about the that's why it's one of the toughest divisions in baseball because obviously with no salary cap, because Boston and New York's going to be there for mostly every year. Except
the
this year,
Twins are doing it. Twins are on top.
But,
The Royals, amazingly, who has more losses, Oakland or the Royals? It's so crazy. Yeah, the Royals.
And I like
Bonnie,
man, I'm
Kansas
sorry,
City.
Dude. Like I like that franchise a lot. It just sucks that they're so down right now.
Oh man, you know what is cool? I don't know. You should check it out. Is I think there was like a new rendition for the Royals' new ballpark or something that looked awesome. Google that. I don't know if you can like pull up a web and like Google Royals new ballpark or something.
Was it like Kauffman Field or something? Fieldhouse or something?
Yeah, I guess just Google like Kansas City Royals. What do they call those? Like mock-ups? I don't know. But new stadium or something.
I do like that crown they have in their current outfield.
Put in oh yeah, there it is. Click that one. Yeah, that one's sick. It looks so good.
Yeah.
It's cool. Like if they do it, that'd be sweet.
Kauffman Stadium, that's what it's called. Yeah, I was like Kauffman's Fieldhouse.
I don't know. I got respect for the Royals because I remember back to like the Saberhagen, Bo Jackson, Quisenberry days.
I feel like the Royals are a franchise that nobody should hate.
Yeah,
They
love for the Royals.
They haven't had anybody to like, or they've had players, but they haven't had like somebody that makes you hate the franchise. You know, you have Yankees, you have A-Rod, you have Jeter, which Jeter's overrated piece of shit. Fuck him.
I like him more now that I realize Bonnie and Mo are Royals. I have a question for them, being Kansas City centric dudes.
Cincinnati.
Do they play the Roger Miller song "Kansas City Star" at Royals games? Because they should. That's one of the questions I have.
I had a friend that was from Kansas, but he was from the Kansas City side of Kansas.
Oh, did the stadium show up on the thing?
Oh no, I didn't have a web capture.
Oh yeah.
But I'll redo that. So basically, he was from the Kansas side, and like real Kansas City's in Missouri, right? He's like, man, shut the fuck up. He gets so pissed. I'm like, the real KC is in Missouri, buddy. And I'm over here talking like I'm from Kansas City.
Yeah, that's sick right there. So you can show that to the millions and millions of viewers. No, you can just go to web capture or whatever.
I was trying to make it bigger.
Oh no, that's well. You can go to web. Click web down there. Pull the whole screen and go back and forth.
Let me close this here. Can they still hear us?
That's what we're talking about. Look at that. Goodness gracious.
Was that Kauffman Stadium?
They're gonna do it too. They got the money. Tax the shit out of the citizens. They'll get that done. Oakland ain't getting it done. Here's the thing about I had a thought about Oakland. This sucks. Like this sucks for Oakland, and I know how bad it sucks because the Sonics got ripped out of fucking Seattle, and I'll never get over that.
Even though it's done and over with.
But think about Oakland. How many times has that organization screwed over a fan base? They were the Philadelphia Athletics first. And then ownership was like, nah. We're going to Kansas City. And then you had probably fans in Kansas City. And then they're like, no, we're going to Oakland. And now, so this is like what? You got,
Bonnie's from the Kansas side of Kansas City.
So you got
no.
You know what I'm saying? Like that, the athletics organization is screwed over like 3 fan bases. So what these people are living through in Oakland now is just like the second generation. Wouldn't it be crazy if there was like a guy, like my granddaddy grew up in Philadelphia and he was a Philadelphia Athletics fan and he just loved them. They're his favorite team. He would sell peanuts at the stadium, and when they up and moved, he swore those sons of bitches go to hell. And then the family just upped and moved. And then, like, the next generation is like, but I got a job working for the railroad in Kansas City, and I know my daddy hated the Athletics, but I really started rooting for the Athletics in Kansas City. And then they ripped him out and moved to Oakland, and then his son, the grandson, goes to Oakland and is an Oakland fan.
Well, that was like
an entire family generation fucked.
That was like the same thing with the Colts, man. Baltimore Colts, I said Colts, man. The
Colts.
Sometimes my southern accent likes to make its way out. The Baltimore Colts, when they moved literally overnight to Indianapolis, that pissed people off. Like, here's my thing, though. If the Rays moved somewhere, I would still root for them because it's the franchise that I like, not the city that they play in.
I can't do it with the. Well, I guess
it's the franchise.
I guess
right?
it depends. Because like that's the Oklahoma City Thunder, and they.
Now here's a problem.
They can rot in hell.
I will counteract my argument. Now, if they were to move to California, I don't know if I could root for them then.
You know where they said they're going to move somebody is Nashville.
Yeah, that's been in talks for a long time. Nashville. I think that'd be
San
cool.
Antonio ain't never getting one.
I
just want an LMB team.
Bonnie's from the Kansas side of Kansas City. So, yeah, I just said the road side of Kansas City is in Missouri, so I look like a dumbass right now, don't I?
I don't know.
But Kansas, I've been to Kansas before. We had a family reunion.
I've been through Kansas City. All I know is it's hot as a mope.
I will say this, though, about like Nebraska and Kansas, like the Central Plains area. A lot of people say, oh, it's so boring, there's not a lot to do. However, I prefer it that way, where it's just like fields of stuff. Because it's not as crowded as the big city.
Man, I don't know, man. Midwest is pretty strong. Midwest has got some good folks.
People's like, oh, Kansas and Nebraska, the Central Plains, there's nothing there. But I prefer it that way. I want my cities less crowded as big. You know, it's like Texas. Or
the
something.
Likability factor on Midwest people is real high. I'll say that.
I like the Midwest. I've been there quite a few times. It's cool. I like the music. I like the weather, the weather patterns. But yeah,
so I like it.
Shout out to Kansas represent.
What else we got? What do the National League standings look like? Well, we're talking baseball. Let's take a look at the NL. Braves are running away with it.
Yeah.
Oh, you know who's gonna fuck my other bet? Because my bets were Rangers to win the World Series, like 50-1. Then I had Dodgers less than 100 wins, and that bet was looking so good.
Well, it's at 85 right now, so it's possible.
Dude, I looked. They have to go like 16-9,
yeah,
which is totally doable. It was like 16. I don't know, dude. They're gonna do it and fuck up that bet.
There's still hope. I mean,
that was a $200 bet.
Hope. It's the Dodgers after all.
Freaking Dodgers.
But
they got so hot. I was like, this bet's a lock. And now they're just rolling. They're an 80-win team. I was like, you are going to be a 100-win team.
Regardless of like what happened this year, the saddest thing is the Pirates, dude. Oh, my God. Cruz got hurt. They started off really fucking good. Cruz got hurt, and it was downhill after that.
Oh, the Pirates. Yeah, great ballpark. I've heard so many good things about that ballpark.
Never been.
Pirates were a great story early on. Dodgers going to do it. We should make our World Series picks right now, frankly, so we can record this.
Okay, so we're talking about the two teams that are going to be there for sure.
Yeah.
And the winner, do you want to do like how many games, or just they're going to win regardless, whatever?
Who's going to win?
It's a tough call because like
what's the National League wild card? Can you click on that bad boy?
Yeah, you just sling it over here.
See the NL.
Land of strip malls. You damn right.
NL wild card.
I love strip malls.
So the Phillies aren't going to do it. Cubs, I don't think they got it. The Diamondbacks are kind of an intrigue if they get in. I'm saying, I don't know.
Because wild card teams, there's always that one.
Mariners aren't going to do it. They're cursed. Don't ever bet on the Mariners. They're fucking cursed. And I know I have the Rangers bet, but I don't think our bullpen can get us across the hump. I'm straight up just saying right now, as much as I don't want them to, but I'm kind of convinced it's going to happen, Braves are going to win the World Series.
Little known fact for people out there in the world that may not know me as quite as well as some people do.
Yeah.
I'm a Rays guy, correct? But if I'm not rooting for the Rays, I'm a Mariners guy. I've always liked the Mariners because, like a lot of people, when I was a kid, Griffey Jr., right?
Class act
and
all
so,
the way.
like, a lot of times when you like a player, you start liking the franchise. Because in the 90s, when I was a kid, I remember the Mariners were pretty fucking good.
Man.
Especially, like, when they got A-Rod and they got
Mariners
Johnson.
were like the Garrett's Cowboys. They had so
Edgar
many.
Martinez, obviously.
Like, the crazy thing is if you go back and look at who they had and how they couldn't I mean, they did get in the playoffs that one year, and I guess you didn't have enough pitching and bullpen. But you had dudes like you had Randy Johnson, you had Ken Griffey Jr., you had fucking Jay Buhner, you had Edgar Martinez. You had some
other guy
dudes.
I can't remember his name.
Had some dudes. You had Ken Phelps, man. You had Steve Balboni. Alvin Davis,
salami, whatever.
Man, I remember going to the King Dome back in them days.
I've never been there, but like I had a friend who lived in Puyallup, Washington.
Puyallup, yeah.
And he's gone to a few Seattle games, and he told me I don't know what they were, dude, but he was talking about some like garlic fries or garlic Parmesan fries or something they sold at the game, and he was like, it's like the best thing ever.
They got some good food up here.
And I don't know if that's what he said, but he said some kind of fries, and I could have swore the dude said garlic Parmesan fries.
That sounds good. I got some garlic Parmesan hot wing sauce. I'm gonna make some hot wings tonight.
It's a good flavor.
That is good.
I mean,
stuff.
it ain't no spicy sweet honey barbecue. Now go to Wing Daddy's and get yourself a sweet jalapeno sauce. God damn, that shit is so good.
I'll say this.
And they sprinkle little jalapenos on there. Jalapenos. I don't know what that is.
Ricky.
when he's all like, yeah, I want some jalapeno. I mean jalapeno. No, man, jalapeno. I don't know what jalapeno is, but Ricky is pronounced jalapeno.
Oh, this is greatness.
Anyway.
Yeah. I guess I'm going to have you do some baseball reference if you can pull up the web capture for the folks to follow along with the random. I'm going to go down an LMB trail of dudes. So I would like to officially give credit. If you can look up a guy by the name of Nick Torres or Nicholas Torres. You can probably put in Nick Torres.
There we go.
Nope. Yeah.
He may not even be on here.
No, he's totally in there.
Why did it pull up Nick Markakis?
You gotta give Torres.
Nick. I didn't even spell Nick. Oh.
Oh no, just like Nick, last name Torres.
Yeah, nothing.
You'll probably get it. Torr.
Yeah, I don't see anything.
RR. For sure. ES.
Yeah.
Oh, it's under Nicholas. You got to put in Nicholas Torres.
Nicholas.
Then.
This is a live stream. How shit I suck.
This is how we do.
I don't know how to spell Nicholas.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's Nicholas.
Like that, Nicholas?
Yeah.
Nothing came up.
Yeah, that dude. Well, search it anyway. It'll come up.
Think so?
Yeah, that guy right there.
Oh.
2213.
That's weird.
That guy. Where's my ball? What did I do with my ball? Here we go.
You sold it for drugs.
He gave me this ball. Look at
that. Oh, that's right, because you were like chilling in the outfield or something?
Yeah, I was rolling all around the stadium, and he was right fielder. And if you look at that dude's numbers, so he's an American dude. He's from Cal. He went to Cal Poly SLO. He's from Southern California.
The wrong
and
I pulled up your Twitter. I'm fucking everything up.
That's whatever. It's
you know what? I closed Baseball Reference. So
yeah, that's all good.
Okay.
Like
so glad you keep talking about Nick.
But he has some insanely good consistently good numbers with the Algodoneros, which I'm not saying right, but they're the Cottoneers. So you're it's at the Series Del Rey or whatever for the Kings Cup and the MLB is
I spell Nicholas
Nichol. Yeah.
OL.
But that dude hits like well over 300 every year. So
is it LS? Is it US on the end?
LAS.
Yeah. People getting to hear me how shitty I am at spelling names.
That's how it is. Nicholas Torres.
I'm glad my name only has.
But yeah, pull up that dude's stats, dude. He's going off. He was actually here in San Antonio.
Registered batting?
Nah, it's there. But see, we had him. I want to say the Pods had him. San Diego Padres had him. Where is San Antonio? He was in San Antonio for a few years.
2016.
Round Rock, the Rangers took a flyer on him age 25, and then he's kind of out, and then he ends up going at the age of 28 into Mexico. But look at his Mexican leagues at 311, 344, 338. Like the dude is raking. So you're a college stud, Cal Poly SLO, go through the American minors, and you find your way.
He's still doing the damn thing, though.
Into it. Now, let me tell you about there's two other guys I want to mention about the whole thing that were kind of fun. This guy's name you're going to like. Balbino. I bet his last name populates if you type in Balbino.
Balbino.
Balbino. Balbino. Bano.
That Balbino?
Yeah, search that. I bet he's the first one. Yeah, Funamayor.
That's the name right
I
there.
can't say it. But that dude came up, and he is built like the Bambino. He's built like Babe Ruth from Venezuela. But if you scroll down and look at his stats.
230. How about damn.
Look at all the teams that he's played for.
Oh, he's been playing for a while, huh?
So he's the thing about him that cracks me up, and I know he's playing winter leagues in some of these seasons, but so like age 17 and 18, he did with the Blue Jays organization. After the age of 18, he never like finished a season, as far as I can tell, with one like organization or team.
Look, two teams.
Everything's like two teams or three teams. So like I don't know if he's like just trade me, I like traveling. Or if he just like gets to the point where he tells the manager to F off.
Oh, now there's a ball club right there, goddamn Omaha. What up? Shout out.
Yeah, so Balbino been around. I think he made it to AAA.
I always hate like when you do these like street.
But that's a great
like
name, Balbino Funamayor. Yeah, so that guy's got a pretty fun baseball reference page.
Damn it.
And the other guy who everybody in Laredo.
I love that show. Dan Le Batard's show.
Is that a good one?
I watch that shit every single day. Yeah.
Okay, this is one that people need to know when I ever get to like sorting out the footage in Laredo. But this guy's name is Cade, Cade.
Cunningham. No.
A space last name Gotta, Gotta.
Gotta? Like
yeah,
gotta?
Yeah, gotta.
Gotta Cade.
Gotta.
Gotta go.
And
this guy looks like a fucking dude from the 30s or something.
Everybody in Laredo hates this dude.
Dude, that guy looks like fucking Shoeless Joe Jackson almost.
Well, everybody hates this dude in Laredo because this guy made the final out in the game that eliminated the Tecolotes, trying to steal home in the bottom of the ninth, down 3-2 on the toss back to the pitcher. You can find it on Twitter. So, like, he hit a triple. It was huge. It was clutch.
I played for 4 teams that year.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
And he hit a triple, almost like would have tied the game, missed by like 2 feet. And so now he's on third. I forget the guy. I think it was Harris. And he's been in minor league. Was batting. Catcher tosses back to pitcher. He breaks for the plate. Pitcher spins around, throws it back, tags him. But for some reason, he like didn't slide. He was like, whatever, I'll just throw an elbow into the catcher's face and not slide on my attempt and steal. And that was the last out of the game. Tecolotes season over, eliminated basically American League Championship Series. But it's the Series del Norte for the north of the LMB. And, man, the hate for Cade Gotta in the Tecolotes feed was extremely powerful. And then I figure out why, and he kind of got screwed. It was like a check swing strike call that he got called out on at one of the games at like Union Lagunas, like the away team that they were playing, and he had an absolute on-field meltdown. He walked all the way up the first baseline to curse the umpire. So those are like 3 kind of random things. The other thing I would say about the Laredo game is they have full-on like grill barbecues in left field. So if you want to bring your ribs and your steaks and your brats, you can be in left field full-on grilling.
This is going to be an unpopular opinion, but when you're grilling, the only thing you need to put on that grill is some good old goddamn bratwurst, right? Or
Omaha steaks, though.
Or hot dogs.
Or Omaha steaks.
I'm a Nebraska guy, but I'm just not a big steak guy. Here's another weird thing about me. When I do eat steaks on rare occasions,
yeah,
I sometimes use ketchup as a sauce.
I'm going to minimize the baseball reference because you don't want to see Cape Gattas anymore.
Why not? I totally forgot I was over there.
Oh, no. You can make us larger and that smaller. Go back to the other one, yeah.
But, yeah.
There we go.
So, yeah, I sometimes use ketchup when I eat. Like, only if there's not any. Because I'm a sauce guy.
Yeah.
But if there's no other sauce around, I will dip it in ketchup. So when I moved down to San Antonio, I guess people thought that was a fucking sin, dude. The way they were like, hey, you can't do that. I'm like, why not? You put mayonnaise on your fucking hamburger. Get out of here.
I don't know. But LMB is in full effect. If you're interested, there's probably some feeds we could find for basically the King's Cup is going to be the Parakeets, Paracos, which is Parakeets de Puebla, versus the Union Laguna Algodoneros, which I'm not saying right, but it's the Cottoneers, which was actually like the company sponsorship was a huge cotton union. So there you go. Cottoneers versus the Parakeets, and the LMB is about to happen. It's going to be sweet. I do love me some LMB. And I got a pack of Japanese baseball cards I can open also.
I'm still looking for that Sasaki one. That's like the ultimate card. I don't
who
even
did I
care.
get the other day?
I don't even care how his career pans out. I mean, obviously he's still doing great, but I could, as long as this is that 1 year for me, dude. But a Yoshida card, okay. Why don't you show it to the camera there? Show off the talent. I like how these cards are they're always really well done.
Can you do the, like, you know how Bonnie and Mo do it, where they go like this and you stick it right in front of the camera and it just like autofocuses?
Yeah.
Does that work?
You can see the card. Is it in focus? Not really. Not really? It's not like terribly blown, but it's not like super in focus.
Can't see the mouse.
You can see all the equipment on the floor here that we
That
have.
one's valuable. But I'm gonna get into it. I don't really know. Oh, here's another thing. Here's another thing that was said about. Here's another thing. So the Wikipedia page for the Tecolotes is not updated.
I love how shiny these cards are.
Yeah, Japanese baseball cards are pretty great.
How shiny these cards are. I kind of, when I speak, I kind of forget to say certain letters.
So
look how shiny the cards are.
I was talking to a dude.
But,
I was talking to a dude at the Tecolotes game. I was like, hey, I thought they built him a new stadium in Nuevo Laredo that like seated more because they have like this old ass stadium that they play in Nuevo Laredo called La Junta, which is like means the gathering place or something. And it's old school, which is pretty cool, but it only seats 5,000. And he goes, oh yeah, they totally did build him a new stadium, except it's on the outskirts of Nuevo Laredo, and nobody wants to go out there. At that time of night, because the game actually did start at 8:05 p.m. So they did build them a new stadium, and Wikipedia says they use it, and they totally don't use it for safety reasons. They still play at the old-ass La Junta, which is cool, because I was like, maybe La Junta, he's like, nah, dude, it's way safer than the other one.
If it works,
so
it works.
I feel like I could go across the border and go to La Junta based on him, and they're like, yeah, that one's better. So there you go. Go see Nuevo Laredo.
2 hours?
2 hours and 40 minutes.
Find any good cards in there? Like something cool?
I don't know. Let's see what we got here. I'm looking for, and I know some Japanese names, but I don't know these guys.
Yeah, I just
Or
yawned.
if they got a good picture, let's see if I can find. I'll hand them to you in a second. They always got funny pictures sometimes. Like the Topps photographer used to take silly photos. That's what they need to do. Japan. Clown it up a little bit.
I like this guy. He's like a one-name guy. He's just Taisi, or I can't pronounce his name. I'm gonna fuck it up.
Shuhei Takahashi, Chunichi Dragons. I'm officially.
He's. Bonnie was asking what year are these cards.
Let's see what year are these. These are 2022s.
Yeah. So last year.
So yeah, that's why I got.
These cards are 2022.
Yoshida. These are the same dudes. I don't know. I think Ito's a pretty good pitcher. Hanshin Tigers. I'm just a Hanshin Tigers fan now. I've changed my allegiance. The Chunichi Dragons aren't going to do anything. I'm a fair weather fan, but I think you are if you're trying to pick Japanese teams. But I've fallen in love.
Is this the same league that has the Swallows?
What's that?
Is this the same league that has the Swallows?
Yeah, they got the Swallows. But here's what I like about Hanshin. The more I learn, the more because I liked the Dragons because of Don Newcomb was a pitcher who could rake.
Also Newcomb, motherfucker.
Don Newcomb played for Junichi, and he wasn't even pitch for him. He was just like an outfielder. But Hanshin has. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry to interrupt you. By the way, my language is not a character I'm playing, or I cuss a lot in real life.
Yeah, no, we gotta.
Anyway,
sometimes you gotta cuss.
Say that so people are like, oh, why are you cussing so much?
Well, here's what I like about
I
the Hanshin Tigers organization. I went to their team store, and it looks like I can order a bathrobe.
A bathrobe?
Yeah, it looks like a silk bathrobe that you'd wear before, you know.
Somebody wants to know what my my shirt is. It's a Cleveland Buckeyes.
Cleveland Buckeyes Baseball Heritage Museum.
Yeah, so when I was in Ohio this summer, we went to Cleveland. We went to the Baseball Heritage Museum there. And I guess this was a older Negro League team back in the day.
Okay, cool.
And so I got, that's what it was. We got to tour their little, the original wall from the stadium there is still there.
Yeah.
And it has like some of the players who've played. And they had a little museum inside, and they had a gift shop. So I got this one, and then I got a baseball heritage shirt. But yeah, this is the Cleveland Buckeyes baseball.
That's cool that you went to that. Speaking of Kansas City, that would be so much fun to go out to see the Negro League Museum out there. That looks really cool.
That's one thing I do want to go to see. I want to go see the MLB.
Is that the halfway point for us and the ATG guys? Just like, let's meet in Kansas City and eat barbecue.
Well, Alabama's pretty. I don't know, actually. Think about it. I do know that.
No, that's like up and over for them.
I do want to go to the Major League Hall of Fame, but I also want to go to the Negro League Hall of Fame.
Cooperstown's a jaunt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would be cool to go to both. If I was like rich and I had time to do both in the same year or the same trip, I would. But that's expensive and it's a lot of time to do.
Yeah.
To go to New York and then fly to Kansas City.
Upstate's nice.
I will stay Midwest barbecue. It's almost borderline better than Texas barbecue. If I'm being honest, since we're talking about Kansas City.
Get stabbed around here.
Because I have a friend who lives in St. Louis who's a big baseball guy too.
Yeah.
So whenever we've made trips up to the Midwest or somewhere, we've always stayed at his house for the night. Or we stayed in St. Louis too. We spent a week there. But anyway, we went to this barbecue place there. Dude, I had these ribs, man, they were so fucking good.
Well, yeah, I'll say this. Like,
borderline almost better than Texas barbecue.
Here's an uneducated take on my end of it. I've been to some like barbecue places in Texas where I was like, dude, these ribs are so good.
We all go to, so Jason was like, we all go to Bill Yard's place and hit Cooperstown. Let's fucking do it.
Yards out there?
Yeah, we got a plan for that one
Mike G and Scotty B might be up there. Of course, Mike G's planted in Seguin now, but Scotty B travels. He might be up in upstate.
I don't know what I'm doing next year because I graduate in May. But anytime I have free time, it's definitely a trip we should plan.
Here's another trip. Would be fun if we could publish a paper. And I kind of want to get the magazine going because we kind of have like, MILB Hat Billy has all his scripts that he's written.
Oh, yeah.
And then ATG dudes are like juiced in with everybody, that whole crew. Just everybody submit an article and get the magazine going because I think there's a void in the baseball publishing culture.
There's still definitely a market for physical media.
I think there is. That's why I get that Mountain Gazette. That's a crazy magazine.
With people don't understand. I don't know if it's younger people, but definitely people, I guess, my age group and up still love physical media. I know I don't really download music. I buy everything physically. I still buy CDs and shit.
Yeah,
you know
I think here's what my niche I think is about our wacky Grand Royal magazine take on baseball. So Saber loves Saber, but straight up it reads like the New England Journal of Medicine. Like it's just academic. And then Baseball America, that's awesome. I love that. But if you just want to masturbate about prospects all day long, that's what you're getting. And that's cool, and they're in the know, and they're doing all that research, but it's just like it's kind of same thing over and over. But if you had a little bit of a mix of both, some spice, some travel stories, some personal stories, and just like baseball interessant.
So Jake was like, I would do reports on random players, would also provide some practice with my classes or something. So I would definitely, for me, I know we talked about this like legit. I would do an article every time it came out about a certain band. Yeah. Or album.
Yeah, because you'd have music in there. You could have a wrestling page.
I would definitely do. Yeah, I would do music for sure.
But more of a Mad magazine of baseball.
Yeah.
Or a Grand Royal is really the best go by I could think of.
I think anything.
This is so random.
In general, because humor, because a lot of these, obviously everybody that's part of this little baseball thing is funny dudes. So there would be a lot of comedy. I think there'd be a lot of funny there. But also, what if I want to go to Palestine and report on the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, but I love baseball? Well, where do I publish that? For my
in our magazine
class and my directing class, all my scripts are always funny because I'm just naturally that's what I'm drawn to.
Yeah. No.
So I feel like everybody when they would write their thing, there would be sprinkles of humor in there. Because like you naturally are funny, you don't really think.
We had
about
like
it.
3 or 4 pages that were pretty good. The cover was sick, but I have to change it now to the Seguin River
Were you
Monsters
using
Championship.
Adobe Illustrator, right?
Yeah, I was using Adobe.
I took-
What the fuck is it?
I
It's
made
there's a public. I can't remember.
For school, I had to make a Illustrator pamphlet, and I made it. I did that in there.
I don't think it was
hard.
Illustrator. There's like a different one for
No.
magazines, but
Yeah,
but it's
Illustrator's
Adobe.
okay.
So like if everybody sent me Adobe files, we get it made.
Jake said Dutch Chattahoochee is my world champion. You damn right.
But if you did that, then we could like go to zine fests and stuff and sit around
I would pose for
And,
photo shoots like a Coles model.
and promote the baseball underground. And the other thing is Saber, I guess it's 52 is next year, and it's deconflicted with the River Monster season. And it's in Minneapolis, so that would be a fun trip for everybody.
I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do anything next year with that.
Are you going to be in Japan with Mr. Nakatomi, or?
Well, I graduate college in May, and I know I got an internship that I had that next semester is my internship class, so I might be working like a lot, obviously,
Working for
because I know a lot of people.
Mr. Nakatomi, probably.
Hopefully, he'll let me be his sound guy, because I'm a sound guy for our 48-hour film festival. That's what I did. I did this. I was on set and I did the sound.
Dude, you're going to be a millionaire because let me tell you, the hardest fucking thing in this entire goddamn crazy world is sound.
Well,
if you could be a sound tech that fucking master sound and gets good sound,
my thing with sound is
you're
like
made.
I know I've always liked it, but like with sound, like with any equipment, like you'll have everything set up good and then it fucks up. And
It
you
will
can't do
it
anything
will
about
fuck
it.
up.
Huh?
Like that's like you're an old hand. You're like, that's why I have 2 mics. I have redundancy because this shit's gonna fuck up. Sound is gonna go down.
Well, like you can set everything up. Sometimes the equipment just fails.
It's
Like
just
you
gonna
can't
fail.
do anything about it.
Yeah, you'll be
But-
making bank if you're a sound guy. If you're a San Antonio sound guy, you're gonna be
'Cause-
traveling the world.
Like I don't mind like working for a company and then on the side doing my own thing. Cause like
Well, that's what Danny Ok's doing. He travels all over the place doing stuff.
like I do, like I said, on usually when I help out with people's projects, I'm the sound guy. Like I bought a boom mic and a pole and all that. I have a lot more audio equipment than I do video, just because like there's so much stuff that I've done that I need to show people, because like all my shit for school and side projects that I've done. Like I've done a lot of shit this summer,
Yeah.
and I need to showcase this so I can be, hey, this is my work. This is what I've done. Like
Yeah.
So,
That's,
I mean-
that's good stuff.
I mean, that's how we met, through classes.
Sound class with that guy.
I saw him. I see him all the time on campus now. Professor Osborne. He's like, so my class.
He's still doing sound. It's the other guy that retired.
Yeah.
The sound guy's still going.
His classroom is next to mine. But so for people that don't know, like they would. So this semester, my classes are from 12:30 to 9. And since I'm doing, I'm almost done. These are my last 3 classes as far as like my degree goes.
Yeah.
And I'm in the same classroom, the same fucking computer, same chair, same spot from 12:30 to 9. Because my classes are in the same classroom
Yeah.
because they're all film stuff. So yeah, there's cinematography, same spot. Directing, same spot. Advanced editing. We're doing a football montage right now, so I can't.
That's good stuff.
That's gonna be sick, yeah. So I'm doing like a retro thing. Like we have a bunch of clips. So basically, I don't know why we're getting into this right now. People
It's
probably don't care.
it's whatever.
And so like, there's an
Yeah, what is
hour-long video of highlights, and you have to go through and pick out what you think is the best and make a montage out of the hour-long clip. And so I sat there one class period for 2.5 hours, and I just sub-clipped the whole time. But I did all the old clips, so it's gonna be a bad. I asked the teacher, I was like, Professor, can I do retro highlights? So I have all these clips from like the 60s, like the 70s and shit, and the 80s. It's gonna be badass.
That is gonna be sweet. Oh, dude, these just expired. I think they're good to eat.
I mean, technically, it's just a shelf life. It's not product life.
It's just because Bonnie asked what's in the fridge, and it's cheese
He
slices.
said cheddar. What's better than cheddar?
I don't know if we have anything in the freezer either. I'm gonna, like tear down.
I had a soda pop in there earlier. This Dr. Pepper here.
We don't use. We have a fridge on the patio, but like, there's those documentaries on like food, how we throw away so much food based on date.
Yeah,
These
yeah.
cheese slices are still good.
You know
like
how-
that part looks green there, but I think that's just extra protein, really.
I eat bread way past the date, but I also keep it.
Do you want a cheese slice?
No, dude, I'm good. I keep my bread in the ice box, so like it stays good forever.
Let's throw that in the sink.
It's just a shelf life. It's not
cheese
product
life.
As long as you don't throw up and die, you're good.
That's a good cheese slice.
Is that one of those thick ones? Oh, you folded it. Never mind.
Wow, yeah.
I was like, I've never seen thick slices.
There's nothing wrong with American singles.
That should be someone's nickname. Yo, what's up, thick slice? I don't know. That would work out, but I don't know.
Yep. Cheddar singles. That's just strong right there.
You ever go back and listen to it? Well, I do every week. I listen to this. I go back and listen to it. It's weird to hear yourself talk. I sound like a teenager kid or something, right? I sound weird.
I don't know. I don't know what else I got. I'm not going to talk about any of this. I got a Ricky Powell camera with a bunch of pictures I took in Laredo.
Oh, yeah.
I still haven't got them developed yet. I have now 4 rolls of Ricky Powell's camera photos.
What brand is that camera?
It's Minolta. AF. Minolta AF2. I
was in Michigan this summer, right? And my wife's grandma gave me a film camera, and I think that was the brand. But it's I had 2 film cameras, and I fuck with film, and film is so hard. It's so hard to do. You know.
Go like this. I can double. This is my Round Rock fire ants.
The hormigas.
Round Rock fire
ants,
yeah.
Right? Hormigas.
Something like that.
I think that's ant in Spanish. Hormiga.
Yeah, that's exactly what they were.
I was going to say, I think hormiga is ant in Spanish, I'm pretty sure.
But, I don't know, I got the rule book. I got nothing else. I like the fact that Rangers are melting down. I like that LMB is going into their, essentially, the King's Cup with a couple of good teams. There's a lot of interesting dudes on the Pericos and the Cottoneers.
Jason said, a golf course I ran in Kansas City had a member named Dick Shivers.
Dick Shivers.
That's the coolest name ever, I swear.
That's pretty strong.
It's so funny, like when you think of like histories of people's last names, like where the fuck did that name come from, and why the fuck would you name somebody? Like you don't think about it, right?
You can't really. I mean, it could be one of two things. His parents might have just had an awesome sense of humor. That's, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I haven't met Dick Shivers, but what if he was a really funny guy? I was like, dude, you got that from your folks.
So
that's just a good sense of humor.
There's a college football coach. I don't know if he still coaches, named Charlie Strong.
Yeah.
So like, what if? Okay, so his last name's Strong, right? And what if he was like, I had a great grandfather named Dick that I really looked up to, so I'm gonna name my kid Dick Strong.
Well, because there was like Dick Pole. Like if your last name is an actual word in the English language, you got to be real careful with with Richard.
And it sucks because that the world is like that. Like these are just names, but like we're all so fucking stupid.
If you're Livingston, that's not a word. You can go Richard all day. Yeah, I mean, Chattahoochee, you can go Richard all day long. You can go, but if your last name is like Pole, Strong, Shivers, Rock, like I don't know. Like if it's a word, be careful with Richard. Just gotta think about that. I know it's a family name.
It's just the name, but it sucks how the world is. Like we're like, your name's Dick Pole, haha, fucker. But
and who was the guy? Dick Trickle? Remember him? Like Trickle's a word.
There was Dick Tracy.
Dick Trickle was a NASCAR driver. So, I mean, that's pretty funny.
I think if I was like, once I got to a certain age, I would change my name. It was like, I'm gonna get made fun of, or I'm gonna get teased my whole fucking life. Some grown ass man in his 40s, quit teasing me.
The Tecos hat.
Like Turnstile, you really can't spin that any way and make it perverted or anything.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean,
probably.
No, I'm sure there's a way.
Yeah, the history of that made up name comes from the guy that my dad went to military school with.
What name?
His name was T. Texas Tony Turney. And I go, why'd that kid go to military school? I was like, oh, well, he lived in Houston, and he was like stealing cars. And all these bad kids got sent to military school in Tennessee.
I couldn't think of a made-up name, so I just used my real name.
Yeah. And so I thought T. Texas Tony Turney was such a great name, but I don't think you could take that name. So I was like, well, I'll just turn it to Turnstile because I go to a lot of stadiums and you got to go through the turnstile.
Like New Jersey.
I didn't realize that was the name of like a popular band or something.
When I first met you, I thought Turnstile. I was thinking of turnpikes. Is it like when you go through like a turnstile?
Yeah.
I don't know why I thought of that, but
we're gonna have another single.
I was wrong.
Well, that's good. I don't have much more other than
thanks
for everybody tuning in. The Rumble was a blast. What's the outro music you want to go with?
Let's pick a random one on this side. I don't remember. Let's do 4.
And then Bonnie can tell me, or Mo or anybody can tell us how they filled out their immaculate grid. Maybe if you go to Baseball Reference, go to Immaculate Grid, and you can pull it up in a smaller window, like the web capture or whatever. Everybody can see what I missed.
If we go to web, I'll just do web right here.
Or
now you're gonna see me try to spell immaculate.
Now, if you go back to the top of Baseball Reference,
that's right,
it'll automatically take you over.
You know what you could do if you wanted to be fucking stupid? Is have 2 different things open.
So if you go click on the big logo,
like do it
then
on your
just go play now.
Like do it on your phone and get all the answers and come through and be like,
yeah, I mean, I've done both. I've cheated. Oh, what? Oh, it's a different one I did. Maybe I did mine so early in the morning. I haven't seen this one.
Oh yeah, it reset. I think at 9 or something.
Really?
I
did yesterday's then. We can do this one.
Back to me. It says you have ad blocker on.
No, it was fucked up. You gotta just like refresh and go back or something. That'll work.
I feel like with Baltimore, I feel like Hatbilly would just kill it.
Yeah, these dudes know. Like I'm not that good at this.
Would for the Twins 200K season, you think Johan Santana did that?
Santana, I don't know, is that high of a guy. That's a pretty good guess. I put 1 Baron Garrett because it's wrong, but try Johan. We'll see what we got here. Get some help in the chat.
I suck at names. I suck at the English language trying to spell things. I feel like this could be it. Oh, it was.
Oh, high five on that one.
That's 57%. So.
Well, that's a good call. I'm trying to think.
Johan Santana, man, when he was dominant, that dude was dominant.
Didn't Chris? No, I was trying to think. Who was that dude that was a stud for the Oakland, went to Baltimore? I can't remember.
Suzuki? No. I was thinking.
Did Ricky? Ricky played for everybody. Oh, dude, what'd I do with my singles? Did I put him back? What an idiot.
Matt Stairs.
I lost my crap singles.
Was he your card?
Oh, yeah, Stairs. Stairs played. No, he hit a home run off Baltimore that I love. That's what happened.
No, was Stairs a Cardinal and A's?
He was definitely A's. I don't think Stairs made it to the Cardinals, but put it in because he probably did.
I mean, that's just. I don't know what it is, but the first thing I think about when I think of Oakland, I always think of Stairs. You want to try Matt Stairs?
Yeah, try Matt Stairs. I bet he did like half of a season.
Oh, I was wrong.
That's all right.
It was wrong. He done fucked up.
What did I do with my singles, man? They were sitting right here.
I don't know. I thought they fell in the
they're
sea.
up here. Why did I put them up here?
I know you didn't put them back. See, I'm from a time, and I don't know why, but I still call I don't call that a refrigerator. I call it an icebox.
Yeah.
Like the
it is icebox.
Like the top part is the freezer, and the bottom part is the icebox. Like growing up, like my family, and they still
can give us
still refer to as an icebox. I'm like, what's in the icebox?
About.
Let's see, so Minnesota and Milwaukee and Oakland.
No, I was stressing.
Because, like, I'm not, like, some people know people from, like, beginning of time, and I'm not super, like, knowledgeable on, like, all these players in the history of baseball, as far as, like, you know, so, like, some of these I'm like, fuck, I don't know. But,
did Gary Gaetti do, like, half a season with Oakland?
Are you going to try it or no?
The Twins, Oakland. I think Gary Gaetti did something weird at the end of his career.
Gary?
I think that's probably wrong, but I like making wrong guesses just to see if it like turns out to be true.
What happened?
Like he was like really cheap, and they're like, "Well, we can get Gary Gaetti, and it'll be like this." Yeah, try that. It's probably wrong.
Yeah,
that's wrong.
Was Chris Carpenter a 200K guy?
I don't know.
From St. Louis?
Oh, for St. Louis, you just got to put Bob Gibson. That's the easy one. We know that's for shit sure. Bob Gibson, and then for Orioles, you got a lot of choice. I think Jim Palmer probably did it, but maybe he wasn't a high strikeout guy.
See,
I know he won a lot of Cy Youngs out there.
That's the issue you get into with players. You're like, well, they were great, but I don't remember if they were strikeout guys. Like Jamie Moyer, he wasn't really like he didn't throw a lot of heat, but man, he get some dudes out. But Who was it? Because Baltimore, I don't really think of Baltimore as a pitching team. I always think of like hitters and you know what I'm saying? I don't know why, but
Here's another one that's wrong. I think St. Louis, Oakland could be Ray Langford.
you just said here's another one that's wrong.
Yeah, Ray Langford. Let's see who played for Oakland.
Here we go. Nope.
Fuck.
You fucked up, man.
How did I get Damian Easley? I don't know any of these. I can't think of a off the top of my head. I want to say Rick Dempsey, but I don't think he played for the Brewers.
Who played for St. Louis and Milwaukee? Huh.
I don't know. Twins, Brew.
What's his face? Oh my God, what is his? He's that Asian. What is his name?
Young Kim.
Colton Wong.
Colton Wong.
Was he a Cardinal?
He was definitely a Cardinal.
Because I'm pretty sure that's the one. Like, I'm gonna guess that's who it is.
Oh,
I called it.
all of them.
What?
And we got 3 guesses, 3 boxes we can still fill.
I was like, Colton Wong. I know he was a Brewer, and I know he had played for some other teams, but like, was it a Cardinal, man? So
Yeah.
that was a shot at art. I mean, it is 43%, so I guess quite a few people knew about that. But I did not. Son of a bitch. But, Baltimore, like, I'm not really good with the history of Baltimore, so like, Baltimore and the, what do you call it?
Juan Berenguer never made it over the Brewers, I don't think. This is my one. Twins, Rando.
And sometimes you see these players, you're like, well, oh shit, how did I forget that?
Torrey Hunter.
Who did Johan? No, it's not Johan Santana. Irwin Santana. I'm trying to think if he was a Brewer and a Twin. I don't know. Those throwing names out here at this point. Who could have played? Because Oakland has a history of getting rid of their players.
Well,
now who did
they do.
Who did they give to St. Louis at some point? That's who we got.
That's the question. You always try to think of all those studs.
Matt. What was his name? He was an outfielder guy. Oh my God. God damn it, dude. I know he played for the Cardinals in the 80s. He was the outfielder guy. What was his name? Oh my God. He was that white dude. He was a white dude. Like, that helps.
I know Kurt Flood announced for Oakland for like 2 seasons. I don't think he was ever.
God damn it, dude. I can't remember his name. And I can picture the face, but I can't think of his fucking name. It's driving me nuts.
Baltimore, Oakland. Fernando never made it. Fernando made it to Baltimore, but not to Oakland.
I feel like, damn it, dude. This is gonna hurt me. Like, I can't move on now to any of these other squares until I get to this fucking thing.
I keep guessing St. Louis guy. Matt Holliday.
Was he? I think he was an A, right?
He might have. I also want to say maybe Mark Whitten, but try Matt Holliday. We'll just keep missing. On that one. We got 3 guesses left.
I could have.
That feels like something they might have done.
It was
Look
Matt
at you,
Holliday.
dude. Look at you. You're filling this whole thing out. I'm just guessing out of my ass.
I fucking knew he wasn't, because I knew Matt Holliday was a Cardinal, right?
Yeah.
And I was like,
legendary Cardinal.
And I was like, okay, A's have a history of getting rid of all their fucking players. And I'm like, I know he must have been with the A's.
Yeah.
And dude, I'm so stoked that I got that.
Yeah,
right.
Colton Wong was a real high St. Louis prospect, and then he came up and sucked and got sent back down. Twins. Who we getting any help there? No.
We have 4 boxes left and 2 guesses. So basically,
we got 4 boxes
I love
left.
that option. Give up. I'm fucking done.
Give up now. Let's see here. We got Twins. Kent Herbeck, no. Trying to think. Dan Gladden, no. Yount, no. Kirby Puckett, no. Frank Viola, no. Torrey Hunter, no.
No.
Adam Jones, where'd he go after the Orioles?
Question.
Adam Jones. God, did Brady Anderson ever bounce around, do some weird shit? I don't know. We'll wrap the show. We could do this for another hour.
Oh, what was that guy?
This is what happens when you hit the give up button. Anyway, this is like populated with random dudes, and you go, "Oh yeah."
I feel like for Baltimore, Mike Mussina, was that his name?
Oh yeah, that's probably a 200K guy. You know more about baseball than I do. That's for sure.
I don't know how to spell Mike Mussina, to be quite honest with you.
M-U-S-S.
That one, right?
Yeah.
Oh, it was Mike Mussina. Fuck yeah. I got it
Dude,
right.
you're crushing it. I kind of want to give up because I've never clicked the give up button.
You want to try it?
Yeah, I want to see if it auto-populates, if it populates the other ones. Plus, we got to wrap the show. Oh, it doesn't. Well, fuck you then. Oh, it shows you other ones
Hardy,
most popular.
Paul Monitor, Josh Donaldson.
Oh yeah, Tejada. I should have known that one.
Dude, that was the obvious one, dude. Mark McGuire. We fucking was not
Dude,
thinking
Donaldson did A's and Twins. What am I talking about? And Molitor. Oh yeah.
Because like I can't believe. So obviously.
What happens if you scroll down? Is there like more? No.
No.
All right, that's interesting.
Dude, I'm just pumped that I got the low ones here of Holiday and Musina. Well,
Yeah, dude, you
Musina's
nailed
high.
it. You nailed it.
77%. That's not low. But I'm just stoked that I got Holiday because I remember Holiday for the Cardinals. Like, how do we pick the A's here? So I'm just stoked I got that one. I could. Musina
Good stuff.
It's weird that Musina is 77% because I feel like that should be lower.
Oh man, that's good stuff. All right, buddy. Good show, dude. Thanks for running it. I like this setup, kind of. I like the standing. Bring a skateboard in here. It's good for my legs.
I'm just glad that I can.
I like this. I like that shot a lot. I don't know why. It just shows the kitchen.
I like an OBS though, like how when you transition, you don't have to worry about like it just everything. The mics and the sound and video stays the same. It is weird though that when you copy your source for video, you just paste it instead of just adding it, which is kind of weird. It's essentially the same thing, but
yeah, I like the setup right here. I like the wide shot. It shows a lot of the.
Great show.
It shows a lot of the banner.
Thanks for people who listen to the whole show.
I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you can listen to our dumb asses for that long.
You know, it'd be really cool to see Jason and Jake do a podcast. That'd be interesting, I think.
See that? What they're doing is golden. The artistry of the
I do
editing.
like how they keep their videos aren't super long. They don't drag shit on. It's short.
Yeah, like ours is like there's no way you could get through an hour and a half. No, but I don't know how Bonnie does it. But anyway, we appreciate everybody. We're gonna get out and then continue to make. I don't know. I'm thinking about doing some man on the street. Just going down the Alamo, just doing some man on the street. Like, do you think that the Universal DH rule marked the end of time? Like the Four Horsemen.
Like, I'm so done with that statement. I'm tired of hearing it. Like, it's over. It happened. Like,
I'm never gonna let it go.
Like, I don't want to hear it anymore.
I'm never gonna let it go. It's so sad, right?
I mean, I'm never gonna let the Astros organization being a piece of shit go, but
yeah,
that's just my opinion.
But I just like am so sad that I can't see shitty hitting pitchers. That's one of my loves of baseball. Shitty hitting pitcher at bats.
What people don't understand too, I know we've said this a billion times, but like when people say pitchers can hit, but see that's the beauty of baseball. You game plan around that. Like baseball is a thinking man's game. It's like, okay, we have a pitcher coming up who we know is not going to strike out, so we can do this. But then you might have somebody like Lincecum who's like, I don't know, he's a good hitting pitcher. He might get one past us, or he may not.
I'll miss that wrinkle in baseball forever. But yeah, I'm thinking man on the street.
The only thing I don't like,
man on the street interviews.
I've gotten used to everything now. I don't really care. But the only thing that I don't like is the pitching clock. That's one thing that I still have an issue with.
They had a clock. I don't know. I think they did have a clock at the LMB because they're kind of like training them for MLB.
They do it at missions games now.
Yeah,
obviously
the minors do.
Yeah.
MLB's kind of like minors. But
my wife, she likes baseball too a lot. And
she's a softball. There, she's awesome at softball.
And she was like, she saw the pitch clock. She's like, this is stupid. I was like, yeah, I know.
I saw a take Joe West back when he was umpiring. He called a strike on Raul Mondesi because it took him too long to get up to the plate. So Joe West was like, F this, I'm not waiting for you anymore. He told the pitcher to throw the pitch. The dude bounced it in the dirt. Mondesi wasn't even in the box. He called it a strike. So that was pretty funny. That was like the old school pitch clock.
Joe Hernandez. Nobody will ever be or has been as bad as Angel Hernandez.
All right, well.
That's common fucking sense.
I'm going to get down in front of the Alamo. I'm going to question people about all things baseball and eat Kraft singles. Oh, snap. That went in there? Oh.
I'm going to go home and probably cook something at home. I don't know.
All right.
Because, like, it's 1:36, right? It's almost 2.
Damn, how long have we been doing this for?
I don't know.
All right.
But the thing about me...
Too long.
But about this time, it's a weird time.
Oh, snap. I got to go pick up the... Damn, we went forever.
Because, like, for me, this is a weird time because it's like in the middle of like it's a little too, like if I eat now, I eat a full meal, I won't be hungry at supper time. So it's like, do I eat it? But I'm starving. Do I eat a snack and maybe hold over till supper, or do I? Anyway, I don't know. I'm ranting about supper and snacks and dinner and lunch.
All right, that's a good show. Thanks everybody for tuning in. I don't know if we need one of those sheets that has like the little time slots with a clock ticking, so we can know. I think we went for like 2 hours. Can you see on YouTube how long this chaos went for?
You go back right here. 2 hours and I think like 8 minutes or something.
All right, that's a long show for us. All right, man.
Thanks again for everybody who
stuck it out,
participated. Who, even if you listen for 2 minutes, we appreciate any listen. We're gonna have to come up with a cool little like outro like video or something. So again, thanks everybody. Yeah, we'll do this again next week maybe or whenever, because you know it's called life and people get busy. Anyway, you know.
All right, thanks, Dutch.
I was gonna try to think of a life quote to give. Oh, you know, remember, don't go out there in life and try to fish with no bait.
Don't fish with no bait. Don't complain. Take a machete and hack your own path in life.
And
that's
when
what
in doubt,
I say.
just put some pepper on it, and it'll fix the problem. I said problem instead of problem. I told you my English is bad.
It's all good.
So yeah, goodbye, bye, adios.